Hey yo, thanks for being here. Going to do the all black everything round table in just a second. So thanks for being here. If you're here, okay. Let's see. Um, okay. All right. That's all right. Sorry. Let's.
Here for it.
What up,
I'm
Prime?
fucking here for it.
What's up?
What's up, gang?
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good one. It's a good topic.
Hey
I
fellas.
know.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. There's the link in the group DM. Uh,
Yeah, got it.
yeah, it is the same link that I always send. Like,
Oh, we always just hop into the same. Okay. I thought
it's
it was a
lit.
new one each time.
It's the same one every time. Anyway, yeah, let's get ourselves together here. Sure. Um, oh, there we go. My computer's being. All right. Subs in. Wop wop. Hey.
Hey, what up, brother? I'll get
What's up?
this on. Chilling.
What the fuck?
Okay. All right.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Queen Alexa.
These is off whites. This ain't no Hirachis. Bad bitch, 50 flow. Eat hibachi. How you a bad bitch on the 50th floor eating hibachi? What place got hibachi on the 50th floor?
Okay. I don't know what's going on, but
Hey, Swerve know what I'm talking about. Swerve know what I'm talking about.
I do. So how you got hibachi on the 50th floor?
Who eating hibachi?
okay. I think we're missing. What is it? We're missing. Well, Joe and Razor. Yeah, looks like. Don, you there?
I'm here. Sorry. What's up?
Where,
Yep,
where are you?
turn in.
Okay.
Need you on the cam, man.
Oh, it's my. Hold on.
Up in that stream yard, man.
There we go. All right. Should be good now.
Okay. All right.
Sorry about that.
Oh no, you're perfectly fine. All right. So I guess we'll get started. Hey guys, it's All Black Everything Roundtable. Which you have 8 p.m. Eastern. Got a great group of fellows with us. We'll start with introducing people. How you doing, Majin?
Hey, how's it going, y'all? Hey, I'm Majin. Y'all seen me before. Y'all know who I am. Y'all can find me on Twitch at Majin BBack. Wish my boy Solus was here. I'm gonna do the same thing like I always do. Check out my boy Solus on all music platforms at Solus the PG. Absolutely great talent. But hey, nice to see all of y'all. I know I've been gone for a few weeks. Glad to see some beautiful faces in here.
Always glad to have a real one like you here, man. So
Thank you. Thank you.
thanks for being around. Next we have a friend. Do you know Dream? Back with us. How are you, Dream?
Flippin' tastic, my brother. I am feeling amazing. This project I've been working on is hitting the ball rolling. If I don't know if I said this before, but I'm working on an esports initiative to bring an esports league to San Francisco. I'm looking to partner with the Warriors to build gaming hubs, esports leagues, run for the youth, brother. And I'm the man with the plan, man. It's gonna be amazing.
Okay. And next we have Don Champlu, with his amazing hair. Right,
I'm sorry,
he brought that back. But it's all that brings a value to the table. How are you, Don?
I'm blessed and stressed because I'm a black man in America. No, and I'm just glad to be here on All Black Everything with the boys. And we're gonna talk about some interesting topics today. You can find me at Don Champlu on Twitch. And let's get into it.
And well, finally, for now, we have two other people. Hopefully, he'll be here soon. We got Swerve. How are you, Swerve?
We're doing good, Prime. We're doing good. Thanks for asking. I'm real happy right now. My girl just shut up something. She's finna drop off the plate in a couple seconds. You might see her in the background. This is good news. This is good news.
Oh, shit.
Come on now. Yeah.
Okay, it's a black woman.
Big things going on. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
man.
So now this lets me know that this whole panel finna be lit, and that's how we're gonna start it off.
Hey, speaking of girls, bro, y'all seen dude who got his girl stolen right in front of him?
Yes, on the concert,
bro.
the Omar,
Whose
whatever his
concert?
name is.
Give us the TLDR. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you the TLDR. It's so
Got it on my Twitter.
it could have been anybody, but this
Word.
guy.
Guy.
No, I'm saying like in terms of
Couldn't have been me though.
rapper, in terms of the rap.
Couldn't
with
be
it.
me.
So it was a guy like with his girl at a date at a concert, and this singer, rapper, or whatever, was looking towards the crowd, and his girl was screaming. She's right in front of him. He's holding her right from behind, like this.
Yeah.
He's right. Oh my god! Artist points at her like this, and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm coming!" Hops off the fence, goes on stage. She's with him. There's curtains fall down, so all you see is a silhouette,
Oh, no.
and them niggas is bumping and grinding,
Oh, fuck.
bumping and grinding,
Austin Powers on these niggas.
bumping and grinding, and the cameraman is so grimy. He hands to the guy's face.
Nah, it's honestly.
Yo, drop the link.
You didn't
Yo,
need to
yeah,
do that.
I'm gonna have to find
Yeah,
out.
And
I think.
I mean, like, I'm laughing, but like, obviously, I think every one of us would be fucking horrified.
Yeah.
Wow.
My thing is, why did he let her go?
I mean,
You
I
let
don't
her
know
go
if
like,
I'd have walked out.
You're not stopping that. The real
I
question
would've
is,
walked-
why did he stay there and let motherfuckers record him being sad?
Yeah, I would have walked out.
But
Yeah.
this is why
Yeah.
I have this conversation early on in the relationship.
Who
was your
In case a rapper like gestures
just
at
go to
you
the
at
concert.
the audience, right?
We don't go to their concerts,
jumping over a fence. You have that conversation first thing, or
No,
maybe second
no.
date.
It's simple. It's simple. Would you leave me for your favorite artist, or do you have a celebrity crush? Would you be with them? Would you be with him if rather than me?
To that question, nigga.
No, I
Yeah,
mean, I do. I do.
They
and-
would, nigga. They would leave you. They would.
Yeah.
If Drake came up to your bitch,
I mean, I'd
probably
rather-
90% of niggas bitches, he would take your bitch.
And
He
vice
would.
versa. If a
I'm-
badass
I'm-
chick came up to
I'm
me,
better
and my
looking
wife
than
is
Drake,
up.
so I'm not worried about Drake. I'm better looking than him. He just got more money than me. That's it. He got more money. He's more talented than me.
James,
I'm
But
James,
I'm
honestly, bro,
TikTok.
Yo, dog.
I got
I commend you.
I think y'all need to.
I got
I commend you, bro.
Write this down.
But on a serious
Yeah.
note, I do ask my girl, listen,
Cause y'all
who's your
not
celebrity
getting- if
crush?
you're
Would
a
you
woman,
leave me for him
This one?
if he ever came to you
about celebrity.
and asked you? And if she says, yeah, of course. Oh my God. Bye. Sorry. Because
You're going
Oh,
there.
you asked me, I'm never leaving
Go
my girl
see
for
one
any
of these
girl.
men whose
Oh, is it-
primary-
Oh, this is not the right link. I thought this was the right link that you sent us previously.
That
Okay,
guy is
I
just
see.
commentating on it.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
It's in the
right.
beginning. It's in the beginning, though. You see in the
What's
beginning.
going on right now?
All right, so I'm just gonna use the link that Swerve sent me.
So you mean Beyonce came up to you and was like, "Dream"?
She's 40 plus.
Oh my God! I wish
You
Bear was
can't.
here to
You
hear
can't
that.
always. You can't.
Oh my God!
She's
Wow.
40 plus and
Okay.
Nigga
Okay,
said that's
a
dusty.
younger
Actually, he said
Beyonce,
Beyonce's
okay.
dusty. That's what this nigga just said.
Oh my god.
Who's
she just-
somebody as
Wow.
bad that's young
She's
right
old.
now?
I
Crazy,
just,
bro. Not
if,
all like everything, Dream. Dream is fucking
if
crazy.
Halle Bailey came up to me, if Coyle Ray came up to me,
Okay.
I'll-
just shut the fuck up.
if Ice Spice came up to me,
Yeah, there we go. Ice Spice, with you with your
Look at
you
homeboy,
not
bro.
doing that? That's a good one. Ice
That
Spice.
shit was wild.
listen,
Ice
I would be
Spice
like,
can kick rocks,
I'm
bro.
flattered. I'm flattered.
You
I'm
lying.
Ice Spice can kick rocks, bro. Only thing she could do with me is give me one of them pants she be giving out on her music videos, because that's about it, bro.
You don't like the booty? She don't look good to you?
Oh,
You
that's not
crazy
what we're
swerving.
talking about, bro.
That is what we talk about. I thought.
No.
I'll take the money, nigga.
Yeah, I'll take the
Nah,
money, bro.
on the real though, I wouldn't be with. If I'm serious with my girl, now granted, if I'm not serious about my girl, all right, yeah, I'm coming on stage. Yeah, I'm dancing with you. But if I am serious about my girl, of course. What?
What if your girl was like, what if your girl was like, you just go ahead, nigga, go do it.
Now, if my girl was like that, and she's like on a bisexual threesome
Not
kind
even.
of way,
She's just
No,
cool
she's
with
just
it.
like, she gave you a
She's
hall
cool with
pass.
it. Yeah,
It's called a
she's
hall
like,
pass.
cool. It's your chance to dance with Beyonce, nigga. Go dance with Beyonce. You doing that shit?
That's different. Yeah, fuck up.
Well, it's
Yeah,
not,
but
but
what
it's
they
not
weren't
that
doing-
different. But it's not that different because that guy could have said, "Hey, babe, don't go. Stay here with me."
Yeah, I know.
But he let her go. But he let her go.
He obviously regretted it though.
Yeah,
He's a dumb motherfucker. That's his
It's a
problem.
No.
lose situation. Like that's because you can't not let her go, right? Like
Yeah,
you know what
I
I'm
don't know.
saying?
It's not in his
Well, you
power
could
to,
say
unless he
no.
physically restrains her. Like it's not in his power to stop that. But beyond that, right? Like what?
Just
I
trying to
watched the
break
video. Thank you, Swerve, for that video. And like that wasn't dancing. There were.
No, that ain't no dancing, bro. Damn, that's dirty dancing.
That's a good-looking baby right there.
Right?
All I'm saying,
true.
bro, is like, so let's just say you do like, babe, I don't want you to go up there. That's fucked up, right? That's gonna put weight and strain on your relationship because she's gonna hold that against you. So like, that's what I'm saying.
she's
It's a
whack.
lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
Then your choice
Either
whack, bro.
fucking way.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Nah,
It's
bro,
bad.
you
It's
would
bad.
be
It's
hot.
bad.
Strain on your
You'd be
relationship,
hot
bro.
too. You would be hot too, bro. You'd be.
Ah,
No,
I think it's
If Ice
reasonable to
Spice-
think that my
if
girl would be
Ice Spice
upset if I
wanted you-
dance with Ice Spice. That's
If
reasonable to
Ice
think that
Spice
she
is-
would
You
be.
would be hot that you
First
didn't
of
get the
all,
opportunity.
I'm not
You'd
first of all,
be
I'm
hot.
not going to Ice Spice concert. Number one. Number two,
You're
number two, if
hypothetical,
I
nigga.
do happen to show up and she's performing and then she's pointing at me, twerking her fucking booty draft air all in the air. And my girl's like looking at me.
Yeah, booty
I'm
flakes.
not
Booty
going,
flakes.
bro. I'm not going.
You getting booty flakes
Like,
on your dress, nigga.
I'm not
can't
gonna be like,
hear you.
baby,
That'd
this is
be
a once
nasty,
in
bro.
a lifetime opportunity, bro.
Dream, we can't hear you.
This is Ice Spice we're talking about. No, man, that's not.
Listen.
I know you wouldn't go to an Ice Spice concert, but
Okay,
what if she was
hit me.
like opening for someone else that you're going and you just saw her and she's like, "Who's the lucky
Nah.
man? You happen in your front. You're not calling her up?"
Y'all could, you know what? Y'all could call me a cuck on this, all right? But if my wife, all right, if Dwayne the Rock Johnson was like, hey, like rizzed up my wife and invited her back to the room, I'm sending my wife
loving
on
it.
principle to go do that, all right? Cause that adds value to my wife. You know what I'm saying? Out of
Huh?
nowhere, yeah. Well, if you look
Your
at it,
margin's on another
Hey,
level,
I'm dating
honestly.
a woman that
His
banged the rock.
sperm.
Bro.
This nigga's
The
playing a
rock-
whole
no,
different
it's-
game.
it's-
This is a
simple,
whole- this
Dream.
is a whole
It's
nother level.
Dream. It's simple math. It's simple math. The rock sperm on his girl's face like adds value.
Hey, wait. Did you know
Cause look,
I don't know
I'm
what you're so
banging a
confused
girl
about.
that banged the rock, bro.
I don't know
Y'all
what you're
gonna
so
kill me,
confused
bro.
about.
Y'all gonna kill me.
And Don Champlu, are you positive that baby ain't your baby? That like this other
Wait,
motherfucker
Dream's
didn't
kid?
come out of your house, take your baby. I mean, you better go check. I know the crib's back there. You better go check. See the baby's loving it. He's like, "Hey, Dad!" He sees Daddy on the screen. He's like, "Hey, what's up?"
Something's wrong.
Oh,
No, bro.
Yeah.
If Jason Momoa, because that's my girl's weakness. Well, it's one of them. Comes up to my girl
Why is that a lot of girls' weakness? That was my ex's weakness.
I have no
It
idea.
works. It works.
He's
I'm
a
just
handsome
saying.
motherfucker.
He
That
looks
guy is
like
just
my girl.
he looks scruffy. I
We're
don't
at TD
understand.
Garden.
He looks
It
like
works.
a man. Fuck.
A lot of
I'm
men,
the
a
Walmart.
lot of women like the scruff. The scruffy
I am the
one.
Walmart brand Jason Momoa, and it
Let's just stop
fucking
the cap.
works.
I don't
Yeah,
even know.
yeah.
I don't even know. You're the corner alleyway
Imagine-
corner.
I love the hope. I love the hope that
You're,
Magic.
you're not Walmart brand. You're the street market brand.
You're the like the regular bin, you know, right? Like the gloves that don't match. That's...
Nigga, you the Goodwill
That ain't
brand.
right. That ain't right. That
This
ain't
is
right.
crazy.
You're the Goodwill brand.
Regular
Whatever. I'm
bin.
still Jason Momoa.
It still
Okay?
counts. It still counts.
Thrift shop, Jason.
Walmart too high, nigga. You gotta.
Yeah.
I hit her on. I hit her last. Sorry.
This has been
Hey,
wild
Walmart too
already.
high.
It's literally been wild. Like from the
I know you
jump.
ain't laughing, boy.
Swerve was right. Swerve, like, he called it, right? He's like, I got my food. It's gonna be a good ass
Yo, you lit, bro.
Yeah, it started off as a blast.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That's
man.
crazy.
Razor, we were talking about would you allow your girl to, if you were in a monogamous relationship, would you allow your girl to hop on stage with her favorite celebrity and get danced on?
like
Well,
bump
my
and
current
grind it
girl
like
wouldn't
this.
like doing that, but
Huh?
my current girl wouldn't exactly
My
like
nigga,
that
it's a
herself,
hypothetical.
But
Yeah, right, yeah.
oh no, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
More than
Let's
likely, I'd be
imagine she
fine with
did.
it.
You
Oh,
said-
okay.
More
so
than
would-
likely, I'd be fine with it.
you'd be fine
Gotcha.
with it. Okay.
Would you do
okay.
it?
So we gotta send him the link. No, we gotta send him the
Yeah,
link.
yeah.
And then
Get the link.
Absolutely
so,
send
yeah,
him
the
the
link
link.
is in the group TM.
Check out the
Is that
right?
one
behavior.
of the things that was in
Yeah.
the group chat?
Yeah, the second one. Don't ignore the one I sent. The second one that Swerve sent.
All right.
Okay,
Watch
That's
that,
a good-
going
and
to
then
it.
tell me that you'll be
Going
okay
to
with
it
that
now.
thing. But take your time.
Okay, I'm just gonna
That.
do the. Make sure I have the
Like,
sound.
no, bro, I'm not.
Oh,
This
man.
is
You gotta-
crazy.
Nah, nigga,
Okay,
no,
I got a follow-up
nah.
question.
This is a violation, nigga.
Oh,
This is
you
an
just-
absolute
it's
violation.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
no,
actually
this is
crazy
I
that we're
just
even
actually.
debating it.
Yeah, I just watched the video. I hadn't even watched the video. That's ridiculous. This bitch
Watching
is
the
a hoe.
video right
She's a
now.
hoe for real. Like,
Oh no!
no, that ain't
What?
right.
Oh,
You
That
sending
ain't
your
right.
girl to do
I'm
that,
sorry.
bro?
I shouldn't
It's
have
like
said.
a
I shouldn't have said the
wave.
B word. I shouldn't have said that. But she.
With
That's not.
this treasure I summon,
it's
Maharaga.
it's a wave
if
of
I
people
see
like
that,
seeing this shit.
Maharaga's coming out this during the concert.
Haraga.
What's the trend? What is this trend of what's this trend of black men just getting like humiliated by the women? What is this trend that's going on? Like
Is it a
Oh,
trend?
it's called
that's
post-slavery, bro.
it's called life, nigga. That's
Okay.
life.
Kiki Palmer, then Alicia Keys, and now this
Man.
rando.
Alicia
This
Keys.
is a pattern, bro. There's a pattern
Well,
going on.
that's
Jada-
actually just
Jada
Usher, bro.
Smith?
Usher's the
Smith?
real problem, bro.
No, Jada Smith. Why
not
we
No, you're right. You're right. No.
That's
That those are the five horsemen.
the five horsemen? Of the death of the
Okay,
death of
so
the black man. The death of the black
you're
man.
asking if I go to a concert of if I go to a concert with my girl and and her favorite it's her favorite singer and that happened. and
Yeah.
that's what I see?
Those are
Yeah.
the five.
Yeah, what about that?
Yes, that's what we're
Razor.
I'm
was
taking her
good,
home
Dream,
and
that was
showing her
good.
the real thing.
Oh, my man Razor. That's a pretty good
He
answer.
responds.
You said I'm
She
writing an
responds.
album. You said I'm writing an album, and you're gonna listen to this shit.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take that.
I'm
That
not-
was surprising.
Yeah.
Like
Listen.
Razor, like chatted up just for a second there. That was actually really
The
nice.
fact-
Mhm. Huh?
No,
The
no,
fact that
yeah,
it's so
legit-
public,
legitimately,
bro. That's what really
I
it
don't
is.
care.
Mm.
For
Like
me,
I said, if
wouldn't care.
it's going to the
Bro, she's
hotel
lick-
room,
she's licking
it's just
this
us
nigga,
three
bro.
knowing about it. I'm
Yeah.
cool with that. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
Basically licking his-
Especially if it's The Rock. You know what I'm saying? But
Yo, it's MCM, bro. This is his man.
Do you want to cut your girlfriend out of the situation? Maybe just you and the Rock in the room. Maybe
Yeah,
is
he's like,
on the
it'll
middle of
still
the
Hey,
undervalue, bro.
I'd ask her to autograph my wife. Okay, I'd be like,
Ah.
can you autograph her, please?
I mean, I've
There
already
we
had-
go.
Yo,
I mean, I've
Martin,
already
you're
had,
not.
like,
This ain't real. You're not actually being serious right now. I don't believe it.
I've had multiple conversations.
You'll
with
never
my
know.
girlfriend about like
He's like,
I've had
bro,
multiple conversations with my girlfriend
listen.
about like this kind of shit where me being someone who is very much 100% open to the idea of polyamory, but she's only monogamous, but so I sticked with that. we've already had like the issue, talks about all that stuff. Like if she decides to be poly and goes someone else, I'm just taking her home going, I'm showing you why I'm the original. It's my you're mine. That kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, does
I
it?
think
Go ahead. You go
That's a
first.
whole
no.
lot.
Go ahead, Prime.
Yeah, so I guess the thing, because Razor's touching on something, right? So I kind of want to take this a
He
little
is, yeah.
seriously. So like, is the fact let's pretend this happened in this case with the video, right? Let's just pretend. But like, is the fact that the girl comes home with you, is that all that matters in the end, right? Like, okay, this thing happened. It was it was messed up. Like in the end, she's coming home with you, right? Like, is that good enough?
For me, I think
If you are a no, go ahead, Dream. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, for me, I think public image matters a lot. How can you show your face in any type of public vicinity when everybody knows what your face looks like when your girl got taken away from you?
Yeah.
For me, it's the public humiliation is too much. Maybe if this happened in a private manner, no one knows about it. Maybe it'll be okay because as long as she come with me and I can do the same, as she's okay. For me, I believe in equality. Now, listen. Now, don't look crazy when I go to Ice Spice concert and I'm going on her and acting for fool. If she got a problem with that, then it's off. So I believe in equality in a relationship. If you go on that stage, cool. I'm booking backstage passes to Ice Spice concert on the next trip we go.
Yeah. I think we need to I think even if you here's the thing, as men, right? As men who date women, we know that a big part of the woman zeitgeist in dating is like the ultimate thing is you can't cheat, right? That's the thing. Women are like ubiquitously no, right? But what's the reason why? The reason why women don't want guys to cheat is because it makes them look bad to other women. That makes it look like your guy, your man, that these are the psychological effects of why I think certain dating standards are the way they are. And I think that just the way that women put the onus on men, to behave, I think that we should put the onus on women to behave. And I think that what she did was that shit was not becoming of somebody that's in a relationship. It's not a good look.
Yeah.
Where's the
So
respect?
if it happened and you weren't there, would you feel differently about it? That's my question.
I think. All right. So if of course it would be different if I wasn't there. The question is, would it bother me less? Right? It's different. Yeah, of course it's different. But if I saw that, and especially if she didn't tell me and I saw that shit, it honestly might be worse, nigga. It might be worse that I saw that shit and had to see it like just so happenstance that I just saw it. I wouldn't no.
Plus, I think for me, I would feel the same just because of the principle of it. Like, it's still public. People still like who know about us, who mingle in our circle, because that's who I care. Like, I don't care if strangers see it. I care that some nigga I know is gonna see it, right? And because it went viral, everybody I know probably knows. Oh shit, I know him. Ain't that his girl? Damn, she really did that. How can I walk up and shake anybody's hand without them laughing in my face, bro?
Yeah.
Wouldn't the
And-
counter argument just be to not care what people think?
No,
But
no,
even
exactly.
then, you
I mean,
gotta
I
think
can't.
about you're inviting like now you got guys are gonna think they could try you on some shit too, like sliding your girl's DMs. You're
That's true.
inviting a
That's
ton of
true.
different
Yeah.
problems now. About she like that, huh? Oh, he ain't got. You see how he went out like a punk? All right, yeah,
Yeah.
bet.
Some
I'm
more shit to
coming
deal
in.
with.
It's not about me care. It's not about me caring what people think. I just think what she did was wrong in the first place, and now on top of that, I'm publicly humiliated. Now on top of the public humiliation,
care.
what was that?
So you do just straight like fully care, like it.
It's not. Oh, I what she did was okay, but what? But now the public, no, it's because if I thought what she did was okay, the humiliation wouldn't matter, right? I wouldn't even be humiliated. It was because what she did is. It's because I don't think what she did was okay. The humiliation matters. Like, think about a time where you thought something was okay, but you were humiliated. That doesn't make any sense. Like,
But one
how
of my
can your girl
homies
humiliate you if she did something that you thought it was okay?
I've had plenty of times where I've had things that to other people they would consider it humiliating, and
No, no,
I
no,
look
no.
at it
How can
as
you
yeah.
feel humiliated by your girl if your girl did something that you thought was okay?
Wait,
Yeah.
but you can feel humiliated and still feel right in your opinions.
So
No, no,
what?
no. I'm asking for
I
an
have a
example.
I have a
Um,
good I have
you're
a good
saying, yeah, yeah, go
How,
ahead, man.
I just can't imagine a.
No, you go first, Don, because I'm
I
gonna
just can't imagine a
change this a little
scenario
bit.
where my girl did something I thought was okay from the beginning, but yet humiliated. I feel humiliated. How? I just
So
that's a contradiction to me.
you don't ever
But feel
think
free to
that.
prove me wrong by
Yeah,
providing an example.
I'm gonna give an example. You ever been you ever had secondhand embarrassment for somebody?
Yeah.
Always.
Right? So you're with your boy, right? And you know, you're meeting new people, for example, right? And they do some shit that you're like, God damn it, nigga, that shit was cringe as fuck. For
Mhm.
example, right? That's kind of like analogous to that situation where it's like that's my homie. Like I agree with like that's my boy. I agree with what he's saying, but at the same time, I am feeling like just because I do agree and I'm cool with it doesn't mean that I don't feel embarrassed. So just because he's like there are people who are cool with their spouses doing certain things, but they're not cool with that same thing being publicized. That those aren't it's
But
not a one.
but that would be the thing though. This is what I'm talking about. So you're cool with the action in a vacuum or the action.
Or just not publicly, bro. Just not
That's what I'm
publicly.
But
saying.
hold
So you aren't okay with the action because it was done publicly, right? So
Yeah.
you're not okay with it. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like there isn't something that I'm okay with her doing.
So you think
And
people are
yet,
lying to themselves? Then you think people
no,
are
no, no,
lying
no.
to themselves when they think that there's a difference between something being publicly embarrassing and me not actually being embarrassed by it. That they're lying to themselves. That they actually don't like it, and the reason why they don't like it, or the fact that they are embarrassed is because they don't like it. There is no.
I'm a little confused with what you mean, but here's what I'm saying.
All right.
There are some things you think is okay in private, and some things that you think isn't okay in public. And so he probably didn't know what was in store by her going in stage. She thought he was just gonna sing to her, maybe hold her hand.
Yeah.
But she didn't know she was gonna consent to the whole bump and grind thing.
and she did some extra stuff. That wasn't even just like nah,
You
yo,
know she jumped on it, right?
yo, she
Both
got
legs
into
and
full
everything.
stripper mode. Like, yo,
She
she was
jumped on
in
him.
it. That was some
So
extra stuff.
that being said, I'm talking about he wasn't okay with what happened. Probably because it was public, and so because he wasn't okay with that, that's why he was humiliated. Now, imagine that he was okay with what she was doing in public. I don't see how he can get humiliated if he's like, no, that's my girl. I gave her permission to do that. That's fine. Whatever she was doing, it's cool. I
No,
can't imagine you having that mindset and then feel humiliated just because other people don't like it.
so I'm interested what y'all think about it in this because what's the difference between this and a strip club?
What do you mean by that?
People go to strip
You were
clubs,
looking
which are
at the
usually
tattoo.
yeah, people are usually local. You know what I'm saying? Strip clubs are usually in your neighborhood. You probably know a few people that at the strip club that know seen you in public and yada yada yada. So you go in
Haven't
and
been
get in
to
a
one
lap
yet.
dance, at the strip club. You're publicly embarrassing your girl like that. Maybe it's amongst the guys and the girls in the establishment, but that does get around.
I agree.
What's the difference? What's the difference? Like, should we
Patriarchy.
actually be too
That's a good
judgmental on
point.
this?
That's a really good
I
point.
mean,
Yeah.
I personally
Absolutely.
don't like strip clubs. I don't go to strip clubs. I've never been to one.
Yeah.
I want to
Um,
be. I want
Work,
to go to
Never?
one
work
at
with
least.
hypothetical, just
You
like
should check it out.
so what was the hypothetical? Can you rephrase? Can you restate the hypothetical, please?
Oh God.
It's not a
Margin?
hypothetical. It's just like, yo, what's the
And, like,
us
What's the
going to
difference
is there a double
between going to the
standard here?
strippy?
yeah,
What?
Like, is there a
and
double
when it just
standard
happened
here?
here, yeah, it's kind of a
I
little
mean,
bit of a
that's why I told my girlfriend, bro, you cannot like if she's going to a wedding right now, and this weekend they're gonna go do some bachelorette things, and I said, listen,
Sure.
whatever happens at a bachelorette, don't let no nigga get on you. Don't let no strippers get on you. No male, that's not allowed. And she's like, but it's not my choice. It's what if it's her choice? What if it's my best friend's? What if the bride wants to get down with that? I said, don't. You can tell her as one of her best friends not to do that. So I told her, listen, bro. Like me personally, I just don't want a man on my girl in any erotic way. I said no erotica is allowed unless it's with me, obviously. So that's just
Oh,
me.
I usually
So
just
what if
have
it gets out though? So what if Mr. Billy Saint Jock, with the with the forearm for a python gets up on your girl and a video gets out,
And a video gets out of my girl getting stripped on.
like amongst your friend group. You know what I'm saying? Like,
like she like they're like her friends like do the whole blindfold thing.
First
and
of all,
everything because she
you
knows
guys
that
know
joke.
I'm trying to be a politician, or I am a politician, and I'm trying to run for office, big ones later in my life. So, like to me, my public image is everything. I can't have a woman that's like that, especially me as a deacon, especially me
I would
being in
be
church.
It's
So
really
it's
my
like
only problem.
I have to have a certain image, and my image is right now. I want to act like as a rational person, has a good sense of humor, and is integral and has a good partner with him. So that being said, yeah, I know some niggas don't give a fuck about their image, their public image. They probably have a job that is non-public, or it doesn't, like there might be a rapper or some like hard skill job where public image doesn't really matter. For me, what's it called? Social engineering is my job. So public image is everything. To me, it just makes the most sense not to have
so
anything that could compromise my career.
so you are a hard stance. There is never going to be a chance that D10 Dream is to join himself out with the boys, and some girls come out, out of nowhere. This is not planned, and you having a good time. The girl dancing on you. That you see, that's a hard. Okay, that's what I'm saying. All right, so.
I didn't say nothing.
He's popping out. All right. All right. All right. So
Hey,
you know what?
my girl
I don't
watches
think we could
these.
be so harsh on
My,
this.
my
I
girl
mean,
watches these, Majin.
Okay. Leave that there.
Hey, this nigga, don't ever have
you're gonna
him.
be a
Don't
you're gonna
ever
be a
have him.
great politician.
Don't get caught by the police with him by your side. Don't get arrested with Majin.
You're gonna be a
Niggas
great
gonna get out
politician.
early. Majin gonna get out early. You gonna be in jail. Like, how do you get out? Don't get arrested with Majin.
You're gonna be an awesome politician, my man. He dodged that one so quick.
Do you think
I
that?
told you.
Do you think that men are do you think that men are quick to be embarrassed in these situations? Like like
Yes.
well, sorry, just
No.
in general, that like men.
No, I think
because
a woman.
hold on, let me just finish the question. Do you think that men have fragile egos? This is a thing that we hear from
Oh,
women.
of course.
Yes.
That men like are quite fragile when it comes to like their image or in terms of like being rejected. Do you think like, I mean, it's not an indictment of you, it's not saying like do you have a fragile ego, do you think men in general have fragile ego? Right.
I think, of course, they do, because like I know a lot of people that would fight over words or kill somebody because they felt disrespected by somebody's words. Like, I think that's the most fragile. Like, and then they try to seem hard. Oh, I'm so hard. I'm gonna kill you if you disrespect me. To me, that's the softest shit in the world. How you gonna try to kill yourself and potentially ruin your life just because somebody disrespects you using words? Use your words back. Like, to me, that's just soft. That being said, I also think it's appropriately fragile to be offended or upset that your girl is dancing on top of another man. So like, if his ego was shattered because of that, I'm like, yeah, of course, that makes sense. And I believe women are just as equally fragile in that regard because they don't like their man, of course, cheating on her. Like it's embarrassing for them, so like they're fragile on that end. And secondly, I think women are super fragile about how feminine their man could be. They don't want there's a lot of women out there that is super like feminine phobic or whatever. Like if you do a gay joke by doing a gay voice as a joke, she's like, "Oh my god, is he gay?" I'm like, "Nigga, I'm just joking." You know what I'm saying? And they're super fragile. Super fragile. Like, I don't want my nigga to be gay. I don't want him to be bi. Because what about all the diseases? What if he could be attracted to his best friend if he's a bisexual? That's super fragile too.
That's just ignorance and stupidity more than just fragility.
But yeah, I could just say there's
I wouldn't
definitely a
describe it
level
that much malice.
all men experience that because we could look at all of our
That's why I said
responses.
ignorance and stupidity.
All of our responses, like at the beginning of it, like how it couldn't be us, and oh, this is bad. But then when you brought in my buddy on the chat brought in the perspective of like, well, what about strip clubs? And there's a double standard there. Then we kind of walked it back, like, oh yeah, that first response is, ego and people being fragile and shit and male fragility and all that shit. So yeah, I think we all experience it on a level. It's just how far do we take it, right?
But shouldn't it be on our?
Yeah, what was that?
Swerve.
Yeah, what was that?
Swerve was like, I'm all you gotta experience this. Thank you.
Demons.
That wasn't me.
I'll get
That
demons.
was definitely you.
That was not me.
That's crazy. You catching strays.
I'm catching strays, bro. I was confused too.
His dream up there. He's trying to
Oh,
find
it's a
it.
dream.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him.
Oh my god.
Look at him.
Swerve, you see how they try to frame you in the
You Negro didn't say anything. Negro,
I wanted to see. I wanted to see how.
Yo, Dream, you're a menace. You're a menace for real.
The darkest one in the room.
You can't trust these light skins, man. Like, look at that.
Hey,
You really can't trust us.
It's 4v2 right now. We can beat y'all
right.
ass.
I just realized this is our show today.
It's 4v2.
Damn. Yeah. We the
Damn.
apex. That's
After I
right.
brought
Y'all
all that
getting up
energy, bro.
today.
Don't, and with Don's son or child, that's a quadroon.
Yeah. It's a pentagon. It's a pentagon.
Oh my god.
Quadroon. What the fuck? Just made up a shape, man.
No, it's not a shape. It's not a shape.
No,
it's
I'm saying
ethnicity.
he's a quarter black. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's like a
Quadroon.
Yeah, you never heard that one. That was that.
No,
I think you
that's-
hear like more that like Brazil or some shit. But yeah,
A quadroon? That's gotta be racist, right?
AI, doesn't it sound like that?
No.
It sounds like coon. What the fuck?
No. It comes from the Key and Peele skit where
It doesn't come from there. It does. It was before.
well, I'm saying it's popular. It's popularized by the Key and Peele spit where Obama was, shaking hands to the white people. Good afternoon. But said, like, "What's up, my nigga?"
Hey, what up?
And then he saw a mixed person, and then he saw a mixed person. He looks to the secret agent. He's like, "What about him? He's 1/8 black. Good afternoon, my octoroon." That's where that comes from.
Oh, I see.
That's Dr. Root is crazy.
I forgot
That's
that part.
toxic as fuck.
I love that skit, but I forgot that part. Fuck.
It's true. I remember it.
But yeah, any which way.
No, I wanted to say something to what Majin said
Okay.
about, because I think Majin, the thing I'm getting from you is that you're more like you've gone over that area where you're like, okay, I'm over the part where I'm gonna have this sort of idea that I need to control my girl, and I'm gonna give the freedom to basically let her decide whether she wants to be with me or not, and that's on her. Whether whether she goes and dances on some guy, as long as she's coming back to me, I'm cool with that. And I feel like that's kind of
there's a
That was
level of
my
where
thing.
Dream is
That was
too,
my
where like don't embarrass me. Obviously, you
So
know
that's what
I'm
I was
saying?
gonna. That's really what I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
there
I was
is a
gonna say,
level of that to there too.
Yeah, because
I think
I
the onus is on your partner
to
to
know.
actually
Yes.
value your feelings and to
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's important.
Yeah.
Because
So,
if she went up there, because my ex, she loved Bruno Mars, and she was like, "Listen, Bruno Mars ever calls out to me, I'm going on stage with him." But if what she did on stage with Bruno Mars is just like sing with him, I maybe hold his hand and just sing with him, that's fine. But if she did what the fuck, that's just what this bitch do, jump on this nigga, bump and grind, like she was at a fucking Robert Kelly concert, that's
Nah.
ridiculous.
Robert Kelly's crazy.
I wouldn't.
so you would break. So let's say this
No
was
exchange
your.
of liquids happened.
Let's say this was your wife. Let's say this was your wife, right? And she's been talking to you
Mhm.
about Bruno Mars for like 10 years, and you're like, you know what? You're like, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to a fucking Bruno Mars concert, right? And
That's mistake number one.
okay.
You know,
No
You
Bruno
said-
Mars.
That's
No
where you
Bruno
draw the-
Mars, bro.
He said that's where you draw the line.
That's
Okay,
where
so
you
that's-
draw
That's
the
allowed.
So you know, so
Very
basically,
fun allowed.
there's
Yeah.
a point where you'll say to your girl, I'm not cool with that because I don't want to lose you because I will leave you if you do some shit that I don't like.
I think if she's like if I can see in her eyes every time she talk about him, she goes, "Oh my gosh, she's so like if she gets those eyes,
She wants to fuck right after.
yeah, it's over." But let's go on with your hypothetical. Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
So no,
listen, we
so
go
you're
to the
married,
concert,
right?
what
You're
else?
married. You've been married for a lot. You got 3 kids. You got a family. Like you got a
Mhm.
family. You got a mortgage, all right? And you go to the Bruno Mars concert, and your wife goes up there, and at first at first she has humility, but she hears Bruno Mars's voice, and she really just starts to lose it. She really just starts to like fangirl over him, right?
Like Michael Jackson.
Like the girls
her-
who
her-
literally scream at the artist when in the front stage, and they're like.
Her
Like she
womb
just
starts,
loses it.
Her womb starts to quiver.
Yeah. Like
Damn.
she's like, I can't even have children, and I'm going to get pregnant right now. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Like, it's actually reviving. It's reviving her. Like,
Go on.
I would
Now,
just like I
so
just
she-
want to post that one scene from Hey Arnold with Helga, talking about Arnold. That's
yeah. Just so right. So she has this moment where she fangirls over him, right? And then she gets off stage and she's like, "Yo, I'm so sorry. Like, baby, I don't know what came over me. Like, I thought I'd be cool and I wasn't. I'm sorry. What are you doing at that point?"
And all she did was just scream at him.
Nah, she fangirled, bro. She got all flustered and she was like screaming and maybe kissed him on the cheek or something and like hugged him really tight and like just all and it bothered you. And the thing that matters is that it bothered you. Actually, forget the details. It bothered you.
It bothered me what she
Remember,
did.
you know the premise I said. You remember the premise I said.
Yeah. I got you. It bothered me what she did.
Yep, it bothered you.
What do I do about that?
Just like when she sees your shitty drawers and it bothers her, right? Same shit. Right?
Why you gotta go that's 2 different worlds. Like I don't know how you go.
No,
Listen, I ain't trying to see no shit.
Why you airing out my dirty laundry?
Literally. All right, hold on. Let me think about this. This is a really good question.
Dude.
It's a really good question. Let me think about it real quick.
I seriously can't even think of if I would ever be bothered. Like you say like I would be bothered, but like me personally, I don't think I would with that shit.
So Razor, what I would say to you, because you're so open-minded that all I would need to say to you is if your girl did something that you told her would bother you and then she does it anyway, what you gonna do? I don't even need to put details into it. I just need to ask you, are you gonna allow your partner that you're with to not allow, but are you going to accept that they don't respect and respect your feelings and validate you?
I go with the 2-strike rule at that with that shit. You got the first strike where we then talk about it. It's like, hey, I told you this thing, you overstepped that boundary. We need to talk. To reset what just happened and get things put back together. See what's see what goes on from there. And if they do it again, you're fucked. It's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm done.
I respect that.
You
You
fucked
got
up
the
again.
3-strike girl rule for your girlfriend?
He said 2.
No, 2 strike.
Ooh,
Okay,
she only gets one. She only gets one misfire, bro.
Jesus.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
nigga's.
Quick draw McGraw.
My,
Hey,
my
hey, what?
entire
Don't let
my
Razor be
entire
a
thing is
judge.
being
Do not let Razor be a judge. That nigga said
my
you made a
entire thing.
mistake.
My entire thing when it comes to relationships is communication. If you can't fucking communicate with me,
Yeah.
I'm not. It's gonna be hard for you to stay with me. And luckily, I am currently with someone who's more than willing to communicate about everything. Like we've already had the talks about like if either one of us
Y'all
fucks
never
up,
fought, bro.
step over bound. Not
Come
yet.
on, y'all fought. How long y'all been together?
It's been about
So what if
2
what if
years.
it's like
about close to
Razor's
2 years.
smart.
About a
Razor's
year,
smart. He
year and a
gets ahead of it. He gets ahead of the problem.
2
He gets ahead of
years?
the conflict.
And y'all not
close
fight?
to 2
Not
years.
fight?
Close to
Y'all
2 years.
and no fighting.
No.
See, me, I just
No.
fight with my girl, and I just think that's part of it.
So I always think it's so like
That's great.
Bam, our friend Bam, who's listening. I'm not sure if he's still listening, but he
Hi,
was
Bam.
listening at least. But
I'm
like-
listening.
He's still there. He's
oh,
just judge.
Maj is listening. That's good. But
Oh, sorry.
but like I always think it's weird this idea of the celebrity like bucket list or like a cheat list, right? Like we're
A celebrity cheat
seriously
list.
we're
Fuck list.
seriously gonna
The
write
bucket
down
list.
right? Yeah. But like
bucket
people
list
we're
is
gonna write
crazy.
down we could talk about Bam's list. Bam's list includes Chloe Bailey. It like starts and ends with Chloe Bailey. But
Jeanette McCurdy is top of my list.
yeah,
Jeanette
but these
McCurdy.
okay, but these lists are fucking weird.
From Disney Channel?
Because hold on, guys.
played
Let me finish
Stan
my
from
let me
iCarly.
finish my
Sorry.
thing.
Let
what I'm
Proc
saying.
finish it out.
Please. Like, yeah. So like these lists are weird because it assumes that any of you have like any sort of chance. Like there's like a level of there's I think there's a level of humor involved in these, and that's
Have you
fair. But
have
like
you seen who
I
Drake
think
fucked?
I think that like there's also a level of seriousness to this. Like, okay, like this is the moment that we're gonna break our mutually monogamous relationship. Is for this individual who might, maybe, somehow, in one world, like ever look at me and then like not immediately turn away. Like it's like a weird like tradition, like a ritual that a lot of people go through, and I just don't understand it. Like it's pointless. Like
You know,
you're
Which
listening.
which
nothing.
side of the ritual are you talking about? Are you talking about the girl saying that she would leave the man for it, or are you talking about the man saying that like which side of the ritual?
can I get it on this?
I'll just quickly. I'm saying specifically that the idea of like making a list of celebrities in general, it would make more sense if you made a list of like, hey, like if your hot sister like ever approached me, then I would do it, right?
I
Like,
get what you're saying.
like a person you could actually possibly pull.
The celebrity.
I think that's
I
what
think
leads.
I think the celebrity. I think the celebrity. Like the celebrity obsession that we have. The celebrity obsession that we have in our culture in America is it's like related to the fact that we're also super religious in this country as well. I think that celebrities are a way for people to project their devilish.
Idolatry.
No, they want well idolatry, but they also project their sinful desires onto celebrities as well. And I think that that conversation is a conversation that I think a lot of people have in dating, especially in the beginning, where the girl might say, you might be watching a show and the guy that she likes is on the TV, and she's like, "Oh, I really like Johnny Depp or whatever," right? And now you have to deal with that. In that moment, you are like, oh, "Okay, so she's not afraid to tell me that she's attracted to other men in front of me." But the thing that makes this okay in some regard is because he's a celebrity. So it's almost like this. It's almost like a what's it called? It's like a like an exception. It's like an exception. Like the celebrity is an exception. I can be attracted to the celebrity, and you're not allowed to chastise me for it because
Yeah,
it's a
this
celebrity. I
act-
could never fuck him, right? Like, no.
Yeah,
But
like
honest,
Bam says in the chat here, you have no chance. So
yeah,
that's why it's
right.
fine.
So it's okay for you to say it, but I think there's a deeper thing going on where I don't know if I'm comfortable with you expressing to me that you're attracted to other men, like in that way where you're saying, "Oh, if you know, I would never cheat on you, babe, but if fucking what's his name came up to me, I think I might just do it." It's like, why would you say that to me? Why would you say that?
Yeah, it makes no sense to me.
That's
Because I
what you
think
trying
that's
to
a
what you
that's
trying
a
to do.
that's a sign of disrespect to me.
Yeah, it makes, but I would
Yeah.
say that none of it
Kinda why
makes
I have
sense.
that
Right? I would say it would make more sense
Word. Yeah,
other.
prime. Exactly. None of them
Yeah,
make sense. Yeah.
yeah, none of it makes
Exactly.
sense.
Exactly.
Like I don't know why it's
Exactly.
eventually anyone does. Yeah.
I mean, you already
I
have.
think-
you
I think
already
as a
have
celebrity-
There's an angle where it makes sense, bro. There's an angle.
Okay. Okay. Then let's hear it.
Think about what some of the context, especially if we're talking about like black people music, right? Like think about Trey Songz. Niggas like Trey Songz, Ty Dolla Signs, the R&B singers who exclusively talk about fucking your bitch. Right? What is she
If I
going
had
to
her
that concert
for
for?
one night.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is she going to that concert for? When she's reciting those lyrics,
To get serenaded. Obviously.
right? And she's
Inseminated?
and if you
No,
serenaded, she's gonna be turned on. It's an enticing thought
no
altogether. The
more,
whole
gutter.
ambiance of the situation is an enticing. It's an enticing scene for like, and it's catered to the woman. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I understand completely. So is it
You know
okay?
what
So
I'm
you let
saying?
him go? So are you okay with them
no, I already stated at the very beginning
from the
nigga,
jump?
that
It's just like you're not
couldn't
even
be
putting
me.
in. Yeah. Yeah.
Couldn't be me because I wouldn't tolerate the disrespect because I see it as disrespect. But I'm not gonna act like first of all, I'm a dude who sees other women and finds them attractive. So I'm not gonna act like my woman is any less human than me. And I'm not gonna act like fantasies are beyond the realm of anybody. She can fantasize about whatever she wants. She can be turned on by any nigga she wants. Like Prime said, and I think Majin was leading to. If she comes home to me, that is what's most important. But don't disrespect me. No, no, no.
Like you can
Yeah,
tell
but-
me you can tell me, oh my god, Bruno Mars is so high, he's so sexy.
Right.
But I still choose you over him, baby. Like just tell me that.
Yeah. You got to balance it out.
Oh my fucking god! Oh my
You can't
god!
just let it hang. You can't just be like, yeah, he's good looking, and then just let it hang there.
I mean,
This is what. No, I have. That's why I absolutely love.
Like, what you
dating
mean by
bi
that?
women. I love dating bi women because you can have them. You can have those moments where
That's like
scrolling
a-
through, you see a hot chick, you're just like, hey,
It's ass fat or what? No.
yeah,
just like what you think it is.
So my last girlfriend was bisexual actually, and we did have this. Like she was better at me at like look finding like women, especially women with big asses, because she was into that, right? And like pointing them out, I was like, "You see that?" I was like, "Oh shit!"
Based.
She had an
Prime
eye.
is lost.
That's a trap, don't you?
I'm looking at
like
her,
a trap,
right?
doesn't it?
Baby, you're my whole world, and she's like, "Yo, see that fat ass over there?"
Hey, I'm lucky. I'm lucky because my girl said she'd want to try a threesome before we get married or have a child. So I'm excited for that actually.
Mine has said
The only thing I'm concerned about is
we could get into it, man, because this could go some real. It's a real. No, what I'm saying is like
not you two, not you two.
no.
Mm.
No, what
Hey yo, Majin know what I'm talking about. Majin sounded concerned about.
He was
Why
offering
have you-
his third, bro. He was trying to help you.
Swear,
Okay.
we can get into it.
What you mean by it?
Nigga, what you
God.
I got a lot of single female friends, so
God.
I'll hit them up.
Well,
Hey,
anyway,
man.
it would be
Hey,
more.
man.
It would be more light skin on light skin violence. But
Hey, yo.
Well, my
No,
only
no,
concern is
what I really meant was I ain't gonna let y'all just talk all that shit and not respond. So that was crazy, and y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. But
But honestly, you know what's scary? What if you do the
no,
threesome?
bro, no, I'm serious. I'm really gonna say this. Listen,
Dream said,
the
"Well,
problem with the threesome, right, is like after the threesome, then what?
But
Then
that's what
what?
that's what I'm talking
Everything's
about.
changed.
But what if in the
Not
threesome, right?
really.
What if during the threesome her pussy warmer, tighter, better?
Well, no, see, that's the thing. That's why you don't invite
On you.
nobody you know.
Also,
You guys go
also-
out to the bar, you find some random person.
No, I
You
agree
know
with
what I'm
Homeless
that.
saying?
woman. The homeless
You
no,
woman.
use,
there's like
you know, y'all
for,
do
like,
y'all thing, and then cut ties. It's done.
yeah, like I've been
Shit,
to
not if the
I've been
pussy
to king,
better touches.
Yo, Dream, this is why you shouldn't have a
king
threesome.
parties. Like I've been to
And
king
the-
parties, swing parties, and already didn't partake per se during that time. I was mainly the voyeur the entire time. Beside the point. And I've seen people, sharing sharing their woman, sharing their man, stuff like that. So it does usually that's the place where like if you want to do the threesome thing, it's all stranger stuff, but it's still within the kink community of trust and stuff. As long as you have that, as long as you're
Nigga,
within those four walls of the house.
Yeah, the swingers, right? The swingers.
Yeah, swingers, just
Yeah.
the BDSM culture in general.
This is a bunch
kink
of.
in general.
This is It's just dark. A bunch of people having sex, and all you see is Razor's pink ears lit up in the fucking background.
Hey, yo, Razor, would you Razor? Are you the type to go to those like underground sex parties where niggas wear masks? Are you that type?
If I get invited to one, I will.
Yeah. Hey
Does
man.
it matter who invites you? Or?
I'd be more weirded out by the mask than anything else.
Like if
Not-
a homeless man's
like-
like, meet me at Groove Street at 6 o'clock.
It would need to if I had a friend who I met on FetLife and we had been talking long enough and they go, hey
Oh,
yo,
he's deep.
here's
He's
an
got a
invite
FetLife
code.
profile. He's
I
deep
got a
in this.
FetLife.
If they had sent me an invite code, say go to this site and put in this and you'll get your ticket
Wait.
to get into this.
You and your
I'd be like,
girl,
okay.
you and your girl would be in an orgy. Yeah, that's fine with you. You're fine with that.
Personally, right
Do you not
now,
consider-
she
do you
says
not consider a
personally right
threesome,
now
like-
she says it will be too much effort to try and deal with more than one person, but that's her, and we continue to have conversation about it. So
Is
So
she
if
okay
your
with you
girl- if
being
have
one
a
though?
threesome and your girl's getting
we still
torn
talk about it.
down by the other shorty, and she decides that she don't want you no more because that pussy tighter, boy, wetter. Then what you gonna do, my brother?
Yeah, how about
What
that?
you gonna do? Is that
If-
not?
No,
are you
no,
calling
you're
her a
right.
cheater?
No, you're right. What if my girl likes the girl better than me?
Exactly, bro.
Because
It's a real thing.
girls make each other come more than the men. It's
Okay,
harder.
alright,
for them.
That's a lie.
No,
That's
no,
propaganda.
no.
That's
See, this is
propaganda.
why.
That's
This is why you go. This is
No,
why
I'm
you
dead ass.
go.
It's harder. It's harder just because of the equipment. Just the equipment
No,
itself.
it's not.
If-
No, it's
hold on,
not.
listen.
This is
Listen.
why
Hold on,
you
listen.
go to
If you
kink
don't use
parties.
hands, if you don't use mouth, if
Why
it's just
Why wouldn't
no.
you use that? But why
That-
wouldn't you
that's-
use that? Doesn't make
Yeah,
any sense. though.
we
But
all
listen-
have those.
listen to what I'm saying. That's what I'm pointing out. If we just on equal playing field, which is
Let me
dick
tell
to
you something.
vagina to dick. If that's just equal,
There's no quality.
it's super hard for the vagina to come. Now that's why the dick has to add add-ons with the fingers and mouth.
What?
To
Hold on, but
to
she
compensate for the
You
lack
know
of.
what players.
Okay. Oh my god, that was unnecessary. But
That was
okay,
so
but whatever.
unnecessary.
I'm moving past for a second. Look,
Damn, my ears.
I had so I told this story many times before already, right? But like I think what was it? I mean, Swerve said like, what if like after you do the threesome, everything changes, right? Like, I had a threesome with that same girl that I was saying about before, right? But it was
Wow.
after we broke up. So like,
Damn, Prime, you get it like that, bro?
no,
Damn, bro.
it was messed up
Did it
because
before
like
me?
it was messed up because like we had already like arranged something with someone beforehand, right? We actually
No, now y'all going through that.
You gotta
we
fulfill
had-
prior
Communication,
obligations.
we had
brother.
arranged a trip.
That's like a
We
You
had
got your
range.
girls on business-oriented schedules?
I mean, yeah, like, we reached out.
I
We
ain't
reached
mad.
out
Okay,
to
we
a.
still
can't
need
let
to
her-
dick down for
We
Sente.
reached out to a girl that we known, right?
Prime got an email. He got an email.
And then it was like, well, I mean, you still want to make this happen? And like, yeah, all right, sure.
Fuck it, I guess.
Imagine this list of
I
dick,
guess,
man.
I guess I'll fuck 2 bitches in one night. I guess. Like what?
He said, I guess if we have to, if we have to follow through.
Well,
I mean, the particular thing that Dream said about what if everything changes or whatever.
Oh, man.
I need to actually sit down and fully write it out. I have like a paragraph of it so far. I'm writing an erotica about something like that, about that
Say
kind of
what?
situation. That's
I
different.
remember saying that. I
I
said,
like erotica.
I
You
said, what
said
if
like
everything
with
changes?
threesomes and what if something changes after the threesome, right?
No, I was saying, what if you like the pussy better? That's for the random girl.
Someone did say that though.
I have a-
Someone did say that. I don't know.
I have a
That's
controversial
what I said.
take. I have a controversial take about erotica in general. I think erotica is just sexting taken too far for too long.
I mean,
Just
you're
a
not
long
wrong
ass-
considering
long ass
I
text.
actually do a lot of ERPs too. So
No, because I like doing that stuff to like my girl and stuff too, like sending her some text like, yeah, I'll come through the door and bash the windows in and
He's
But-
just explaining how he
but-
wants to be the Hulk.
But the thing is, pussy is always probably most of the time enough for a man to ejaculate, and dick is rarely enough for a woman to ejaculate. That's all I'm saying.
why do you even have that?
But
Like
what
that's
does that have
what's
to do
where
with
does that
women
come with
taking a
from
man
It's a
Dream?
to
Like
weird
more-
mentality.
more-
I mean, not a
what-
weird mentality. It's a common.
I mean, that's just a
mentality, like,
fact.
really.
It's
But
not.
but
What
it's,
do you mean?
Why are you making
that's
it the
the
focus?
most
though? Like,
vanilla
like,
take ever.
so I mean,
It's just a fact.
and why do
I
all
mean,
most
vanilla is-
lesbians use like dildos and shit like that? If it's
no, I don't think
not
I don't think most lesbians do use it in this.
They
Oh, they
do,
don't?
Not
We
most
do.
of you do.
Yeah.
No,
Really?
like, fingers,
Yeah.
tongues. Maybe they'll have an occasional vibrator or like a little tit sucker thing.
And
I
it's-
know almost all the toys. Let's just keep that in mind. So like, there's just so many
I
things.
trust
that they
Razor
do.
on this. I do. I trust Razor on this.
The lesbian porn that most men see, right, is made for men, not for like lesbians, because
I
they
hate
don't be
lesbian
doing
porn,
things.
bro. That shit is. I don't know how anyone can watch lesbian porn and they're 100%
What do you
straight, bro.
mean?
What you
Why is
mean
it-
by that?
What? Okay, now we just found
These
something else
takes are-
out.
My
All
man.
right,
Wait,
all
hold on.
right,
I'll-
Dream.
I'll
All
be
right,
right
Dream.
back.
I'm gonna
He
just
said,
explain
I
that
don't like
one.
none of that gay shit.
Exactly. Swerve just
Right.
explained it. I hate seeing anything gay. I'm turned off by anything gay. So watching girls together, that's super gay. So why would I don't like watching that.
At least there's no double
Wow.
standard.
Nah, I like to see
Wow.
girls kiss. I like to see girls kiss.
That's super. That's gay as fuck. So I don't like watching
I
anything.
mean,
gay.
they are technically gay. They are being gay, but
I don't like watching any gay activity, and I can't get turned on by any gay activity. Only heterosexual activity I can
So
get
if
turned
you
on.
was watching a video, I don't know if this is too graphic, but if you was watching a video and Shorty's getting finger banged, right? And you can't tell who's behind the hand.
I don't like finger bang. I don't like
Okay.
pussy. I don't like pussy eating. I don't watch that shit. I don't even like dick sucking. Give me the penetration.
Okay,
Maybe that-
You want the dick in the video, but watching two bitches is
you
gay.
want you want
I want the heterosexuality in the
you
video.
want the
fucking
heterosexual
with you, I'm fucking
the
with you.
most heterosexual thing there is, right? Is to see
It's
a
to
dick
watch
in
a
the
man,
frame.
yes, fuck
Yeah.
a woman. That's
Yeah.
the
Okay,
most
so
heterosexual.
his things are
What?
POV,
What's that?
missionary, and that's
How
it.
is it?
No,
how is it?
cowgirl is the best.
Wait a minute. How is it less heterosexual to like want
To watch a
see,
gay act?
Hold on.
It's a
How is it
lesbian
less heterosexual to want to see
Lesbian
only
understander.
femininity in the frame, right? But you're like, no, man, I need the dick. The dick's gotta be going, and I can't see that
Yeah.
counted.
Yeah, that's
I can't do it.
probably the gayest thing I've heard today.
It's the
It's
gayest
not.
thing I've heard.
It's not.
It's the gayest thing I've heard today.
I think
I
it
mean,
makes logical
there are
sense.
some pretty good looking dicks
I
out there.
do-
You know, whatever.
I don't like watching gay stuff. If y'all say I love you watch gay stuff, that's fine. That's you. Say that. I'm down more power to you. You like watching that gay shit.
Because you're being slick. You're being
Just
slick.
say you like the gay stuff.
You're
Sizzling
being
is hot as
slick.
shit to watch.
You're being slick by saying that like lesbian porn is gay porn when it's actually just lesbian porn. It's not.
Nigga,
gay
what does lesbian mean? Come on, nigga.
This is the game that. This is why I say you're playing a game right now.
Lesbian. Yeah, I'm using gay. I'm
You're
using
being a-
gay to mean homosexuality.
Yes,
I don't
of
watch
course.
homosexual porn. Okay, you want me to
Yes.
be like
Say
that?
it like that, so you sound like a
I don't-
weirdo. Yeah, say
I'm
it
not
like
a
that.
I'm super hetero that I don't watch any
Super
homo
hetero.
shit. That's how hetero I am.
No.
He's
You're
super
so
Vegeta.
it's amazing.
I'm
how
so
he-
straight. I hate
just-
women.
he logic himself right into like well
No
gay
pleasure.
like I don't want to be looked at as gay, right? And so because I don't want to be looked at as gay,
It's not
I'm
about what
gonna
I do. No.
reject-
I'm just not attracted.
You're
to
just not
anything
No,
attracted.
he's making a fair point. He's
Okay.
saying he doesn't like anything,
No,
same sex, right?
but
Same
that's
sex
not how he
shit?
put it
Yeah, I don't
before.
hate same
No,
sex.
that's not how he put it
You don't like
before.
same
He
sex.
just he's like, I don't want to be exposed to. I don't want to watch gay things, right? Now,
Yeah,
it's
'cause I
okay
don't like
if
it.
you're not into.
So
no,
you
no,
so
hold
you
on.
watch
Let's-
gangbangs or
Oh my God, guys, please.
Gangbangs is not gay.
Let me holy shit, guys. Let me get the point out, and then after that, you guys can react. Okay, please, right?
All right.
So like you can fuck. I hate when you guys talk over me like that. You were saying previously that like you don't watch it, like you just don't want to expose yourself to that stuff, right? Now it's
Nope.
okay to
I don't
not
watch it because I
necessarily,
don't like it.
oh my, right, please let me finish and then you can respond. I promise you can respond after I'm done talking. Just let me get it out, please. Fuck. So I think it's fine to say that like necessarily like that homosexuality, like that this a particular act is not attractive, that's fine. But the way that you put it is like I don't want to watch gay things specifically, right? And the way that sounds is like, well, I'm not like gay in terms of like I don't like men, right? And then I'm so straight, like you said, super straight. I'm super straight, so that like I don't like gay things in general. So like my dislike of male relationships somehow transfers because the word is the same over to female, which is just femininity on display, right? And then, but like, so I don't like that either. So I like depictions of male female where I have to see male genitalia, right, to be attracted. So like I hear
Sure.
you when you're saying that you like homosexuality isn't, those acts might not be a thing for you, but the way you phrased it like came off as really odd. But go ahead.
Sure, it's odd, but it's just true. Like I'm not attracted to anything. I mean, I've tried. I was like, what's the hullabaloo, whatever you say that word. And I would try to
Hullabaloo.
watch. Well, I tried watching lesbian porn where they just scissor, kiss each other, and finger each other, maybe a dildo or something. I tried it. I'm just soft as
learn
fuck.
cunnilingus. Just learn
Oh.
cunnilingus. Your girl will thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Anyways, so I know I don't like men. Like I just get grossed out by men kissing and whatever, doing anything sexual towards each other. And I've tried watching lesbian porn and I got grossed out by that. I'm like, just this doesn't do anything to me. The rationale behind that just makes sense to me that I'm not attracted to anything same sex. So that's all I said. I think it's a premise one, premise two, conclusion, logical sense, logic, invalid, and sound reasoning.
All right.
Hold on, but didn't you say you were okay having like a threesome with your girl?
Yeah, I'm fucking two women.
They wouldn't touch each other?
So not
My
Damn,
girl's
devil
bi.
is
My
the-
girl's
Damn,
bi.
brother.
No. My girl's bi, and she would do it for herself. I'm doing it because I get to fuck two women.
What happens if you get soft watching them do that shit?
Shit, I'm gonna have to watch some porn on my.
You gotta see some
I've done this
male
before.
genitalia.
I've done this
That's
before. Where
okay.
I was nervous. I was soft, even though it's one girl in front of me, and I was like, "Listen, is it okay if I watch porn real quick to get hard?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's fine."
Crazy.
Damn, Dream, you live in a whole nother universe, bro.
Yeah,
Holy
bro.
shit.
I was nervous. She was
Nigga, you're in
fine.
the earth.
That's
Yeah.
a wild ask though. That's
But what's
way
wild
wild.
is she was okay with that. She was.
Have you ever heard of
Yeah,
of this porn star? Do you mind if I go watch her real quick?
I need some Sarah J in my life, so
That's Joe
Oh.
Lewis's. That's Joe
Not on all
Lewis's.
black everything, Martin.
Sarah
Jesus Christ.
J. Sarah J. You know what I used to watch all the time? Alexis Texas. She was the
Oh my
OG.
God. She
But
don't.
not,
She don't like black men though, right? That
I
was the
know,
crazy
and
thing.
that's what
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
found out.
Simone Rich
found
is
that
the
out,
baddest bitch.
when I found out, I went straight to the GOAT,
Wonderful.
greatest of all time, Cherokee Diaz.
I occasionally pull up Mia Khalifa clips if I want to.
Cherokee Diaz.
Razor watching the
Khalifa.
one girl that doesn't want to be doing.
Anymore. I've occasionally pulled up her own
Now
shit.
she went
but
back.
not
She
that
went back to
much.
her.
No, she's
No,
back in the game, bro.
what I
She's
got-
back in the game.
There's
But on
only
her
one-
own terms.
Oh,
But
she's
on
back
her
on
own
the game.
terms.
there's-
She's on her own terms now, Swerve. It's on her own terms.
hold on, guys. I have a question for y'all.
Still in the
Let's see,
game.
let's see if y'all know
Hey, Steph,
what y'all know about Roxy Reynolds.
Nothing.
nothing.
Yes.
Roxy
Bella
Reynolds is
Hadid.
up there. She's
Bella
Mount
all
Hadid.
Rushmore.
right.
She's from Mount
Although
Rushmore.
I do.
She's
Although
Mount
I
Rushmore.
will
That's the
glad.
Prime,
Although I
Prime,
will
can
gladly
you
take,
dig us out of
I'll
hell?
gladly-
Can you dig us out of the sin?
Yeah.
Although
yeah,
I
I'm
usually
trying
go
to-
with animated with like Moxie from Borderlands. Okay.
Oh boy.
I'm on
This isn't good.
hentai
This
down
isn't
there
good for
every
my
day.
I know about
image.
hentai,
Talking
bro.
about porn
Lads,
stars.
we
I'm on
have
hentai every day.
we have a superstar. We have a superstar here named Joe Lewis. With us.
What's up, Joe?
Right?
It's the
Thank you
yo.
for joining.
Uh,
Are you our savior, Joe?
Don't
now
bring
if you
this
bring up
crazy
Sarah J.
conversation.
You bring us back to
Because
God.
it's going to bring him right back to his slut days. Joe Lewis is here with us. How are you, friend?
I'm doing good, doing good. I'm retired, so I ain't contributing this degeneracy.
He said he hung his jersey up.
They had to retire
Hanging
his
your
number.
jersey up.
They had to retire because Joe was a legend back in the day. They had to retire.
Yeah,
his
I'm
number.
I'm retired.
He was in the Hall of Fame, bro.
He said his jersey's in the rafters, bro. He's like, look up there, that's me.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
That's funny as hell.
I'm like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I just look at the basketball days and go, "Yep, that's just the thing I did." Now I'm a journalist.
I'll occasionally
But,
pick up basketball.
Joe, before we got started necessarily on the porn,
I have no idea how you got here. So
it's been a journey. It's been a journey.
It was been Snake Road from DBZ, bro.
Yeah, man, it's been Snake Road.
Been a blast.
But like we started. Okay, no, we can reset, right, and see what Joe Lewis has to say. We started on a video. It's in the group DM, right? It's the one that Swerve sent. Of this woman who basically got called out of the crowd. She was at the concert with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend was like even holding her at the time. She got called out from the crowd by a rapper, right? She goes on stage and they start dancing, but then more than dancing. And then you see a silhouette of them like bumping and grinding seriously. And we were like, well, how do you feel about this? Like, if this happened, like, what would you do in this situation?
Yo, the 8 Mile music came on, Joe.
Hold on,
She had her
let me
moment.
go.
She took her
Let me
moment,
go.
bro.
Let me look at the
Only got
tape. Hold
one
up.
shot.
Okay, so he's gonna take a look at the
opportunity.
tape. We're gonna wait for that.
Yeah, let me look at the tape. All right.
I wanna bring
bro.
a question. I wanna bring a question to Dream that Majin brought up that I think got kind of looked over. Is Dream in this threesome, bro? You're looking at 2 girls being gay. How are you okay with that?
I probably
still
get.
biting.
I probably
He'd be
get.
focusing on his own thing going in her.
I probably do my thing first, and then when I'm done, I'll let him rock.
So
So one
He's a
pump,
god,
sleep,
bro.
and then come back.
He's like,
I'll let it rock when I'm
Yeah,
done.
get them
He said
numbers
you could
up, boy.
finish.
Them rookie
I'm
numbers.
done here. Finish it off.
Y'all good? I'm good. No, I got mine. Y'all go ahead.
it's
I'm
like
fucking out.
there's a 20.
you got-
There's a 20 in the mailbox. See you later.
You can go for 30 minutes, you're cool. You can go for an hour, fucking yes.
Yeah, I guess.
You
I don't
get
know.
some water.
Because the
Rest
weird
it
part
up,
is I
go
have to be
again.
okay with her choice. Clearly,
Yeah.
And plus
she
threesomes
has to
also
choose,
vary.
right? Like, there's no way I can choose. She's got to choose the girl that she likes, and I just Man,
What if
this
she's like
could be tough.
a gargoyle?
I can't do it, bro.
What?
A gargoyle. What do you mean? Hold on,
Like,
what do you
are
mean
you
by
talking about like, what if she's a
Wait.
ruffian?
Like, what if
Wait,
she's a
hold on, what was her-
whore?
what was her name?
What if
Hold
she
on,
looks like
hold
she
on,
lives
hold
under
on.
a bridge? Like he says, she has to choose. So like, she's like, I finally found the girl for the job.
Oh my
He
god.
pulls up looking like a night creature.
Oh, oh my god. Swerve.
Oh no.
Swerve is fucking
Yeah,
vicious
Swerve
here.
is a minute.
Yeah.
She got
Like, yeah,
she
what
got a
if she
girl.
actually looks like a lesbian? That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like
yeah.
100%.
Like
If
her
we're
name is
talking
Bob.
Like,
gargoyle,
she got a
Not
fake
if we're
Esther
talking
Niwa
gargoyles, as long
No.
as she looks like Demona from Gargoyles, I'm cool.
Now that
on,
you
She
dude.
looks
say
like
that,
Demona
Oh,
from
Bob the
Gargoyles, would be
Builder
cool.
looking motherfucker, you know?
I've never
found the sexiest gargoyle. He's found the
I've
sexiest
never-
gargoyle, bitch.
I've never had
Yeah.
sex with a
He
with a
did. He did. He
Let's
did.
do it.
He
You've
did.
never had sex with who?
I've never had sex with a white girl, so maybe I should ask her, hey, find a white girl just to see what it's like. I
Oh.
just want to cross that off my list.
Okay.
Be crunchy.
Yeah.
Hey,
You
Joe.
said
Don't-
crunchy?
You might not go back, bro.
Don't do
You
it.
might
Don't
not go
do it.
back.
Don't do it, Dream. Stay on that. Stay on the other
Um,
side, brother.
I'm sorry.
Joe
I'm gonna give
Lewis,
it-
you've
You
seen the
said it was
evidence.
crunchy.
Look at, listen to
what was
me and
crunchy?
Don, bro.
Just stay on the other side.
Hey, Majin, my girl's a quarter white, so it's fine. I'm getting.
1 second.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Don't go
We
any
got-
deeper, dog. You
we
good.
got a.
Okay, Joe.
We
Joe's
got
back.
a.
No.
1 second.
No.
1 second, guys.
We're
Guys.
not doing
Guys.
this.
Guys.
We're not
Guys.
doing
Guys. Guys. 1 second. $20 super chat from Lawson Harrison, who's been a real one, been supporting the channel, right? Says, is it gay if the other dude identifies as a fellow inmate? As a fellow.
Is it? No, that's a good question. Are you gay if you fucking booty in jail?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
it.
nigga.
I shouldn't have
But
laughed
you,
at
but you,
that.
but
that's-
you
I'm in
only
prison right
doing it
now.
because you're in prison, though.
No. No. Just because
No,
you have
not
a reason to do some
always.
shit.
Listen, I always say every guy's
Not
straight until
always.
he goes
It's a
to
power
prison,
thing.
bro.
I was gonna say, bro, because
it's a power
Um,
thing when it's in prison. That's
because
a,
like
that's a different
because
thing entirely,
when
but
as soon as he gets out, it's straight back to woman. So was he
You sure?
actually gay?
it's a no, it's a power thing.
Swerve,
It's a
you
power
asking
thing.
the
what
right
do you
question.
mean,
Really, it's a
Razor?
power
What do you
thing.
mean by that? It's a power thing. What does that mean?
Hold on. Before
He's
we
saying
do
that
this,
when
but before we go
He
down
said
there,
that
because
it's
I want to go
gang
down this
activity.
route because I think it's interesting. I just want to get this question, this answer out from Joe. Joe, you saw the evidence. What do you think?
I did.
What would you do
Wait, so what's the question again? I
if your
totally forgot.
girl ended
If
up
your
doing
girl-
what
yep.
you saw on that tape, right? On the tape. Sorry,
Mhm.
am I fucking a boomer? Like on the video, right? If you saw,
Hey,
she
you
did
just
that.
outed yourself. We don't know
Yeah,
your
right.
age.
Right. Yeah.
On
that's
the
good,
record.
man. Yeah. On the 8-track.
Yeah.
You saw,
Fucking-
if you saw
It was
your
all
girl do
audio.
that,
It was all audio.
if you saw your girl do that, like, well, how would you react?
I'd probably be like, hell yeah, shoot your shit.
Yo,
Like,
Okay,
no, like
me
for
and
real,
Joe
though,
on the
right?
same
This
page.
must
Let's
be what
go.
happens when you get
like-
old, nigga.
Let's
This is what happens when you get
go.
old, nigga.
It's like I'll give you an example. Like, there's so many examples of this, right? Where you just got to know that. One, I think that you have to know, like, just what you're engaging with when you go to concerts. Like, if I'm going to a Prince Royce concert, like, people will throw panties at that nigga. It's just what's gonna happen. So, like, if you're with your girl at a Prince Royce concert and you get invited, and she gets invited on stage, some shit's gonna get pretty horny. Like,
Who's
same
Prince Royce?
Prince Royce. He's a how would I describe it? He does a lot of bachata.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a lot of bachata, like Latin R&B. He's huge. He's
Okay,
huge in like that, like
Uh,
towards like MIC shit. He did Unconditional. You probably know that song. I'll put it in the
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh. Mm.
Yeah, and like and again, like, it's the same thing. Like, if I'm going to an Usher concert and I'm sitting at the front row, like, and my girl's all excited, I'm so excited to be at the front row of an Usher concert. She's gonna get danced on. Like, it's just gonna happen. Or it's possible, right? So if you're in a situation where it's like, oh, I'm gonna see Omale and my girl's gonna be on stage with Omale, I think the song, I don't know the song that's being played. So I was trying to figure that out, but it seems like par for the course. So I don't like the stagery of it. Of people just like, oh, look at this guy, he's so miserable. It's like, I mean, no. Like, I think that like he probably has no idea what's going on because he doesn't know anything about the music. So he's just kind of sitting there confused. Or I mean, it kind of tells in the video that he is, but I don't know. I don't take issue with it. Like, you're at a concert, so might as well just have fun. It's all performance anyway.
Do you think there's a level of public embarrassment? Yeah, the cameraman did that dude dirty. Now
Well,
his
yeah,
face is
well,
all over that.
I mean, you got to know where you're at. Where it's like you can't look humiliated, like I can't believe my girl's grinding on Omale, and it's like no shit.
You're right.
Like,
What if he had a better face?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd be like, come on. If he put that face on, it probably wouldn't be as embarrassing.
yeah, but the fact that he's sitting there like I can't believe this is so, I was like, come on, man. Like,
yeah, fragile little bitch. Fucking hell.
Damn.
Yeah,
Y'all are just straight up. Y'all are just
I'm
straight
not
up.
even saying-
Y'all are victim blaming this nigga. God,
Yeah,
I'm not
right?
even saying that. I'm not even saying that. It's fragile.
y'all are just dirty.
Oh, that's Razor. Razor just took it. Razor
Yeah,
always
sure,
says,
and I'm
"Let
sure
back."
like,
He's like, he deserved it. He fucking deserved it.
Yeah.
and again, like I'm sure she's thinking the same thing too, right? Where it's like, am I gonna make this situation like awkward for everyone watching and the person I'm with, or am I just gonna like, put on a
Well,
little
he
bit of
ended
a
up
show?
walking home alone. I have a clip of it.
Wait,
Yeah, they
let me
probably.
see
just
that.
saying.
Well,
Just
yeah, I mean,
saying.
they probably had
Let me
some.
see that. Let me see that, bro.
No, but I'm saying I'm 100% sure they probably had some stupid fight about like what happened when it's like you're growing up there and dance with Omale. You can own that for
It wasn't
you can
dancing.
have that.
It wasn't dancing. That wasn't dancing. They were straight like dry
Dancing.
fucking on stage. That's a little different. A little
Yeah,
different.
shoot your
Blind,
shot.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Shoot your shot. Maybe that's just the old form.
Oh my
Like,
god. Joe.
listen, like, and again, maybe I think it was Bobby that said it.
If
It's just
your
that, like,
girl
look,
having fun and she come back with you, I'm say it's fine.
yeah, and then you can have that story, and then it's like, yeah,
That
like,
story. Oh yeah, I want to repeat
like,
this to our grandkids. Like, is that one time your grandmother?
No, tell
Holy
your
No,
fuck,
Joe.
yo,
All right, Joe.
What?
No, for
She
But
was
I'm
Joe.
riding
saying,
If,
that
what
bro.
if
stick on stage.
Joe? What if the artist was like, hey, yo, after the show, like, I want to have a conversation. Like, yo, let's go have a drink or like let's go smoke at the end of this. Like, you cool with that
then
too?
that'd be crazy. I'm like, I'm coming. This is gonna be fun as fuck. I'm trying to get
Yeah.
that check too.
If she
What if
goes,
it, what
I'm
if
trying
what
to
if
get
your
that.
girl is like nah, yo, this is a once in a lifetime chance. Like, I love it. Like, my favorite artist ever in the world. Like,
So
I
let's
think
go get that bag.
we're gonna go talk business. Like, we're gonna
Just
go talk
call up,
business,
man.
like opportunities.
Get the bag.
It's
It's
like,
Right
damn.
me wrong. Let's go.
Get the
I'll be
bag.
like,
It's
All right,
baby,
so
No, I really want
this
to
is
know,
our
Joe. I
moment.
really want to
Divorce-
know.
Joe Lewis.
divorce
Yeah.
from
girl's like
context.
an A&R.
No, divorce from context is my girl would never do that because she doesn't trust men with power. I wouldn't care only because like I'd be with somebody who I could actually trust. I know a lot of dudes don't like actually be with women that they trust like that. To be like, yo, I could in the face of like XY celebrity, I know my boundaries. But also too, those dynamics are totally different, right? Where like for fuck's sake, like P. Diddy. Like there's no
I
there's
don't know if
just
you're gonna have a
like
choice if it's P Diddy. So that's
no,
gonna
that's what I'm
be-
saying. Where it's
that's a
like
dice roll.
men put women in those situations like straight the fuck up. Like they'll have a situation where it's like, yo, let's get this bad bitch up front and we're gonna dance up on her. And then like when she's all starstruck with her friends, like, yo, just tell her to come over after. Like I've seen artists do that shit, even like the lower levels, and it's mad scuzzy. So I think that like on one hand, you should probably say no in all situations, but a lot of people don't. So I mean, yeah, but I guess what to answer your question, wouldn't have a problem with it, but I wouldn't be with someone who would like say yes to something like that. That shit crazy.
At least
You're
no.
just
At least
you
talk
are
to
just
her.
asking to sign a prenup
Nah, bro. I'm
and
sitting
or
there.
an
I'm like,
NDA.
yo, baby, this is our moment. Go get that bag. Hopefully, you get the second call back. We about to come up. All right.
Listen, when he gets
Like, how
real,
much you
when
pay?
he
How
gets
much you paying
listen, if it happens and it gets close to completion, just pull him closer and say, buckle up for 18 years, motherfucker. Because we will cash that check.
Mhm.
Yo.
Yeah.
But okay, so then let's go back to that other question, which I thought was really interesting. Again, thank you, Lawson, for the $20. But like, Yeah, if
Oh,
it's
yeah.
in jail, is it gay? Right now, I think it's interesting the dynamics here. And like I've never been to jail, so I mean, whatever. But and like not jail, excuse me, prison, because that's what we're talking about here.
Yep.
That like in a place that's bereft of women, right, or eligible women, right? And
Not kind of
because it might
conjugal
be
visits.
female guards. But like in a place that's bereft of women and you just having sexual urges, right? Is it okay? Like, does it make sense if a person says, "Well, I was just relieving the sexual urges"? It's just like masturbation, basically, right? I just was using someone else to do it, and it just happened to be a dude, right? But then after that, like after I leave prison, and I never touching a guy again, never interested in touching a guy again. It was just that was what my options were. Either that booty hole or my hand.
You know what you know what I say to that? That nigga is contingently gay.
Contingently
That,
gay.
that nigga is
Mhm.
under the right circumstances. That nigga is gay for sure.
He's just bisexual. He's just bisexual.
I'm not sure if it's bisexual though. I'm
A
not
lot
sure
of
that's the case
Man,
though.
what I mean, once it's like once you
like if he
do once
if he finds his say prison cellmate attractive and they do that, then yeah, bisexual. But if it's just like the pleasure of it, just like, hey yo, I know you want something, I know I need something, let's just get this over with so we can deal with it.
Nigga,
If
that is
it's that
not how
kind of
that
thing that they're talking
happens.
about, I
That does
know,
not
no, I
happen.
know.
I think
No, I know it doesn't. I'm going with what with Prime's like whole Prime's thing. But majority of the time, it usually is the prison rape joke, quotations,
You're
is
welcome, Boondocks.
usually. I love the Booty Bandit is fucking hilarious. Um, but majority of the time, it is just a power thing when it comes to prison rape. So
but we shouldn't. I feel like the reason why we don't like what is the aversion to saying that's gay? I just don't understand. Like gay is there's a definition to it. It's not assigning that like this person
No, is
is
he
weak
gay?
or
Is he?
vulnerable. It's just a
the
gay. It's a
definition
gay.
being
It's
when you
certainly a
find
gay thing to do.
No, absolutely.
no,
No. We can describe the act as
is that
gay,
it's
but it
a
would if the act is gay, does it always mean that you're gay? That's essentially
I
the
think
question.
I
no.
think I think I think
Yes.
if a person gets in jail and starts doing and starts doing gay shit, and then once they leave jail, they stop doing that and they get with a woman and they actually enjoy it and they form a relationship, he's not living a gay lifestyle anymore. So he's not. I guess he's not currently gay. He's
Right. I believe sexuality is fluid,
So
and so like
I don't
under the
know.
right circumstances, because there ain't no niggas around. I mean, ain't no women around. They're only niggas, and shit, you gotta get your nuts
gay
off.
or homosexuality is when you find someone sexually attractive. When we're talking about this thing with like prison rape and everything, I don't think you're finding your cellmate
But
sexually
my thing
attractive.
is Razor.
It's not prison
My
rape.
thing though.
It's sexual.
My thing is though Razor. If you're maintaining hardness and you ejaculate when you're inside of a nigga, you're gay.
It
What
doesn't
if I pull
matter
out?
because
What if
human
I
body.
pull
No, no,
out
no, 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 no,
and the
no, no.
balls don't touch?
No, the human body. No, the human body
Because
is
I
a
get
lot.
soft
The human body
inside.
is
No,
very
if I get soft
no.
inside
What?
pussy, how the
Ugh.
fuck you staying hard if you straight?
Yo, Prime, you might need to go to the doctor, bro.
That just means your libido. That's probably just your libido being low.
I'm
But
no
beside the
serious.
point,
I
that's just
get
probably your
soft at the
libido
light.
being low.
Get you
That's
some
okay.
That's
maca.
probably your libido being low.
I get soft at the slightest inconvenience during sex sometimes. Most
That's
times it's
your
not.
personal body.
Hold
But the
on,
majority of the
nigga,
time, when it comes to the human
relax.
body, it doesn't matter if
I'm
it
just
doesn't
saying,
really
bro.
matter.
Listen to what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is,
Mhm.
I've been in like a
Let him cook.
situation. I've been in a situation where it's like been an orgy situation, and I could not get hard for the life of me. And I think accurate hypothesis would be my theory is like I can't get hard in front of other niggas. That's just me because I'm so straight. That being said, if you're maintaining hardness while inside of a nigga, first of all, you got hard in the first place to be inside him. You're maintaining the hardness. You're gay.
What if
At,
the entire time,
Not per
Dream,
se.
you're literally like the way that you got that erection and the way that you're keeping
You're
that
thinking of a
erection.
woman?
Yeah, the entire time. Like you were saying, like with the porn, you said like, oh, can I go look at porn to get hard, right? And in his mind, he's playing over his favorite porn, right? To get the erection, maintain it. He's not even looking at it. In fact, the dude is under like a blanket, right? like completely under a blanket. You can't see it. It's just like he's sticking
But
it into a mystery hole as far as
but I
he's
still
concerned.
think he knows.
I mean, of course he knows.
Of course
Yeah,
he
He
knows.
knows.
and
Do you
because
but-
think the
because
human body knows though?
no, right. So
Puts the dude under the
Does,
blanket. He's like,
does
yes.
your body know? Does your
It
body
never
know though?
it's one thing if he like absolutely somehow plays the tricks on himself to not know, but if you still know that's a man and you're like, I don't give a fuck, I'm still going in.
Does his body know?
We
though?
have to
It
be
doesn't
like,
none of that
What is
matters.
that? What kind of question is that?
No, hold on. None of the subjectiveness about what he thinks about what he's doing has nothing to do with whether it's gay or not, or whether he's gay or not. You don't decide. Like, you are that if you do these things. If
No,
he did them, no.
But
No,
I
no, no, no.
disagree.
No.
I disagree,
because
Don.
listen,
I don't
Don, let me
disagree.
give
I
you,
was
let me
trying
give
to
you,
say
let
about
me give,
that.
no, no,
Because then what
Swerve
is
and
the
Don,
label? Because then
Swerve
what
and
is the
Don.
label?
What
Swerve
is
and
the
Don, let me give you
label?
let me give you an example. Let me give you a good example. Let's say,
I'm gonna give an extreme after this.
let's say you don't know if you like men yet, and you did some gay shit. One time you tried it, you didn't like it.
Mhm.
Were you gay
No,
during
you
that
were
time?
discovering your sexuality. You
No.
were discovering things.
Right.
No.
So if the answer is no, Don, did you say no?
I've never had that. So if you do something, uh, especially when you're like a kid now, I would say
No,
no.
no, no. Let's say you're 25. You don't know. You're figuring out. You're curious. You try to have sex with a man. You don't like it. You don't have it again. Were you gay at any point in time during that situation?
I think you would have to admit to yourself that at some point you at least juggled with the idea that you are gay. Yeah, you definitely were thinking like, cause how do you make the decision to actually go forward with it?
Yeah,
Right?
Don-
You're gonna,
I'll give you a good analogy.
especially if you're averse to it.
I'll give you a good analogy. I was averse to Indian food until recently. Like I hated Indian food. I was watching the street food videos on TikTok. I was disgusted by what I saw. Didn't want anything to do with Indian food. My mom brought Indian food 2 days ago. I tried it with me believing like, nigga, I don't even think I'm gonna like this. The whole time I didn't like Indian food, but after I tried it, I started liking Indian food. But let's imagine that I didn't like
let's
Indian
relate this to
food.
male buttholes somehow. Go ahead. Yeah.
Right. But
Right.
I'm about to. But let's imagine that even though I
We're talking
tried
about
the
Indian food, so it's gonna come out. of
let's
somewhere.
imagine that after I tried the Indian food, even though I was averse to it, that I didn't like it after trying it. Now relate that to homosexuality. I was averse to homosexual activity. I tried it, and then I didn't like it.
Yeah, see, that's the error right there. That's the error. I just gotta stop you right there. The error is it's different to say, oh, you did a I didn't think I would like homosexual acts. Then I did one, and then now I don't like homosexual acts. And then saying, oh, this person's gay. Like
We're
gay
so
is not just the act. Gay is like you embody the gayness.
Talks about
You
what
are
I'm trying to say.
gay.
This nigga literally stole my flow.
Body
Talking about like he was his own.
So there's a situation.
What
the
This is
fuck,
actually a
Prime?
real life. This is actually we don't even have to use a hypothetical. We could tie this to a person, and I'm taking it to the
Dream
extremes
2.0.
with this. So, right, everybody in here know who Fleece Johnson is, right? The booty warrior from the Boondocks is who that character is
guy.
based off
fuck.
of. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So Fleece Johnson is. I think he's actually looking to pursuing legal actions against the Boondocks because he thinks they misrepresented him because I guess he got out and he's
How?
saying he's not gay. He's going down this path to saying that's not him. I'm the same way. I was like, bro, you had a whole interview. You had a whole interview, right? But yeah, there's a whole article about this. He's trying to be like, yo, fuck this. They're lying on my name, and he's having hardships in his dating life because of he's blaming the Boondocks for this. But yeah.
No, it's because he
Nah,
can't
he
get
ain't got
that,
no
that
case
booty,
beside the
right?
point.
He sees it, he likes it, he gotta have it. And if you don't
So
give it to
please,
him,
Josh.
we're gonna have a problem.
Judge Judy would take that case, bro.
Yeah, no, that one, that's different, right? Don, we're not talking about that type of person, okay? Right? So,
No, man, that's wild, bro.
But no,
but
like
okay, hold on.
believe
So
it.
I want to focus in on this, right? So with Don,
Yeah. Okay, let's
so,
go.
So first, glory hole, right? I just want to get this out there. A glory hole. If
Okay.
someone puts their dick in a glory hole and they don't know who's on the other side, right? Taking care
Yeah.
of their
they
business.
just know it feels good.
Like, would you say they're gay if later on you find out it was a man?
I would say that they're gay depending on how they react to finding out that it's a man.
Good, quite good answer. Good answer.
So if they're because they're gonna feel either, I'm sure there is a range of emotions you'll
What if they
feel
feel
if you were
neutral?
got. What if they
I have
felt
a good
violent? What if they felt violated?
What if they felt neutral? So I'm
If
putting
they
it forward,
if they feel
neutral.
neutral, then I would say that I don't. What does that mean? You're indifferent to your
Bi-
sexuality.
Yeah,
I
you
guess.
know,
I need a
different. No,
clarification
you have.
question.
Bi-
Isn't that?
curious.
Isn't that?
You,
I need a
hold on,
clarification question.
guys.
Hold
You
on.
had an orgasm, and then
Mhm.
that was it, right? Like, okay, I nutted, and then
Yeah.
I have a
you
question.
find out
I have
later
a
it was a guy.
clarification question.
Okay.
Are we using the word gay in replacement or equal to bi?
No, not yet. We're gonna get to buy. We're gonna get to buy, right?
Well, same
Because he
curious.
brought up because Don Shampoo brought up buy previously, but those are two separate things, so we're not using them together.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
yeah. So if if this dude like just doesn't care, like I like to nut, right? That's why I put my dick in a fucking glory hole in the first place, right? Like I don't particularly care what's on the other side. You let me know it was a dude, great, but I would never
Yeah, I
choose
guess
a
that's
dude.
part of it too. Is you'd have to be okay with the idea that it could have been anybody.
Right.
That's part of it, and
Partially
I
gay.
think yeah, I think you are you are
Okay.
not.
You're pansexual.
What if
That's what it is, right?
no
Pansexual. You don't care.
pansexual is
No,
not
it's not
pansexual.
pansexual.
Isn't that?
That's not what
This is not
pansexual is.
pansexual.
And you
No. If you put in your dick in a hole and it could have
That's
been
not
anybody, and you know,
pansexuality.
no. Listen,
That's
listen.
not the
No, one mic,
sexuality part.
one
No.
mic, one mic, one mic.
I'll explain. I'll explain to you how it is.
You're not gonna.
To be
You're not gonna explain it
pansexual,
well.
to be
Go ahead.
pansexual, pan in pansexual means all, meaning that you're attracted to all, right, or any type of person.
Yeah.
For you to put your dick inside of a hole to be sucked or treated on by any type of person, because you don't know what would
Does
happen
that
when you
make you pansexual?
allow me to explain fully. If I knew that there was any chance that it could be anybody other than a woman, and I put my dick in there, I'm somewhat pansexual.
No,
No.
that's what I'm saying. That's why you don't have to explain it,
term
because you were
you're
wrong to
looking
begin
for-
with. That's not
No.
pansexual. Pansexual
Okay.
is being attracted to all these bodies. And the situation I was talking about is not about being attracted to anyone, right? Like, and hell, maybe they're attracted to no bodies, right? And they just like sensation, right? Like you experience.
No, that's what it is. It's regardless
Yeah,
of.
be
It's
it.
regardless
So like,
of.
so no. I can do this.
literally
I
it.
can hold on, guys. Shut up. Let me do this. Right. I can connect the dots for you. Right. There's gonna be an asexual person. Right. There are asexual people who still have like sexual desire, and that like they have like they feel urges. Right. But they don't necessarily want to do it with anyone. Right. But like they can
term
still
is gray
jerk
sexual.
off. Right. They can still jerk off. Guys, please. I don't need your help. Please knock it off. Please. All right. So they can still jerk off. That person, right, who still appreciates sensation, if they stuck their dick within a glory hole, right, then it really doesn't matter who's on the other end. But that doesn't mean they're gay. They don't have gay desires. They don't want men. They don't want women, right? They just had a physiological reaction, which is the orgasm caused by the dick sucking. So
If you don't care who sucks your dick, what are you then?
you're just a dude that doesn't.
You're
That's
horny.
it. That's it. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Yeah, horny.
Come on.
Exactly that. Because
Yeah, but I'm horny,
Don
but
Champloo
I
asked-
care who sucks my dick because
I
I'm
know
a
you.
straight
I know
person.
you do. I know you do. Don Champloo asked previously, like, then what are the labels, right? And I said in response, yeah, what are the labels? because
Yeah.
those labels, we are so focused on try to categorize people, but because we're trying to do that, it leads us astray. So
But
try try to put this all together, right? Is that like within an environment, right? So back to the prison thing, right? Within an environment when you don't have like women and you're just looking for sensation for a connection, and like you do a thing with a guy, right? I can't say that's a straight act. It's not a straight act, right? We can't say it's a straight act. But that doesn't mean you have a gay desire, right? We can separate these things. There's the act, and then there's the desire. And there's probably another part to this as well, but I forgot what
but
which it was. But in any case, right? So you can do a gay act, right? But have literally zero desire, right? You're just having a physiological reaction. It's like
there's
it's like when a woman, right? You
Said this
like
earlier.
a lesbian, right? She can be raped. And this has happened, right? A lesbian being raped by a man, having an orgasm. Women have orgasms during rape. Did they want the rape? Right? Do they want that to happen? No, right? And it can happen to a lesbian too. You get raped and then you orgasm. But does that tell you that this person like wants dick now? No, it
that's
does not
not.
tell you that.
Yeah,
Go
but
ahead.
that's such a ridiculous
Prime,
I
example.
was
prime,
trying to bring.
prime,
I was actually
prime.
trying to bring
Can I
Hold
please
on,
that
say
point up
prime?
yeah,
earlier
hold
when
on,
I said that. Oh,
hold on,
the
wait.
dog.
I think attraction or your sexuality has more to do than what you allow. So you could be like absolute desire, like I'm gonna desire, but it also has to do what you allow. And if you allow yourself to be to be in situations of sexual
Trin, save
activity with,
yourself. To save
if you
yourself, don't go down this
just
road.
just calm down, brother.
Save
Damn,
yourself. Don't go down this road.
you don't even know what road
I
I'm
know
going.
this road's going.
Hold on, let him
This is
go.
Feel
ridiculous.
free, but go ahead. Feel free.
Please let James talk. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, let him.
As I was saying,
Just
if I allowed myself as as who I am now, who are strictly, into women, and I wanted to be like, you know what, I'm fine with also being with men. I'm now bisexual, right? But it's not like I'm super into men, right? Like I have this carnal desire to be with men. But if I allow myself to be with men and like over a
the term is
consistent period,
bi-curious.
I don't have to be curious. I'm just allowing myself, because bi-curious is like I wonder. But I'm saying sexuality is about what you allow. So when you gave the example of being raped, yeah, that's not part of sexuality because they didn't allow it. But what you allow doesn't necessarily have to be what you desire all the time or like consistently. But you allow, hey, you know what, I'm fine with this. And that's like consistent with who you are, what you do over a period of time, you are now classified as whatever sexuality. So if you allow yourself to consistently have sex with anybody, no matter what their gender is, pan, all bodies, you are now classified as pansexual. And
No.
I do concede, or not necessarily concede, because I believe this in the first place, that doing one thing one time, such as a glory hole, and finding out it was somebody else. If you did that one time, I'm not going to classify you as anything based on that because it's one time. Now, if you went back every week for for a year, for that year, nigga, you was pansexual if you was happy no matter who did it. It was like 10 different types of bodies. That then so like what you do over time and what you allow to happen to yourself for yourself classifies, we gather data from that, and then we based on
So,
that, you are what you are in
Don?
hold
sexuality.
on. Okay,
Don?
yo,
You,
prime, prime,
dog, you
prime.
somehow.
So, listen. I think. Are you saying that the gay label is reductive?
Yeah, I'm saying all the labels
It
are
can
reductive.
be.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, all right. So, the thing is like, it's honestly, I think I agree with you honestly because, but the thing is that if you want to the labels are still useful. Like a person saying that they do gay things is useful to signal to other people who do gay things so they can get together and do those
Yeah.
things. So
I agree.
right, so
I'm not saying get rid of the labels. Yeah.
yeah, but I do think like in the case that you brought up about the woman being raped, I think that is a good example because it kind of counters the core of what Dream is saying, and he's not acknowledging it because Dream is saying that if you allow it, then it becomes who you are. But in your scenario, this person is allowing it under coercion,
What?
under abuse,
And what definition is this allowing?
so
What definition of
well,
allow are you using?
you didn't provide
This is why I was saying don't go down the road.
you didn't
That's
provide
why I was
any
saying, don't-
specific you didn't provide any specifics to allow. You just said, "Oh, well if they allow it over time, then
Nigga, I'm talking about I literally specifically said in my statement, I'm counter. This is a juxtaposition to your statement. I didn't say it literally, but I'm paraphrasing. But I'm saying this counters your argument because what you're talking about is rape, and that's not allowing. So I'm talking about if you allow, and there's no allowing whatsoever in rape at all. There's no allowance
there
whatsoever.
isn't. Yeah.
At all.
But the reason you brought that up was because of the reaching orgasm still.
That is not allowing. You're reaching orgasm against your will. There's no allowing in there at all. Right, Razor?
No, because sometimes what if you I mean I've heard stories that women have said where they submit to the person. They say
against their will.
Yes, but
what are you saying right now?
No. It's not that I'm not saying that you're saying that it's okay. Like relax. I'm trying to I don't know.
You're not saying anything coherent. There's no allowance at all in any capacity.
What I'm saying is you have to look at the rape situation with a little bit more of a magnifier and really see all the components that are actually going on at that time.
If there is
understand why that's part of the reason why it's so traumatic. Is like a lot of things are happening at once to this person. And the fact that they've reached orgasm is like a sticking point because it upends the entire idea that like that this isn't something that is talked about or considered. That this could be that it kind of undermines the idea of some of these labels.
No, it doesn't, because what I'm talking about has like I classified, hey, listen, you are a sexuality, you can identify as any of the sexualities if you're consistently doing X acts that would be labeled under this category over a consistent period of time if you allow yourself to do that. In no point does that allow for any type of coercion. So I have a very coherent, sound argument, and you're bringing up something that makes no sense in it.
That's fine.
Okay. Let's move on.
Yeah.
But we can all decide what our sexuality is once we get out of prison, right? We can and no one has to tell any stories, right? No, we'll all keep it. We'll keep it. What happens in jail stays in jail. All right. So
Prime, you do it. You fucking a nigga in jail?
Nah, probably not.
Probably.
No, I mean,
yikes.
Sorry. Okay, whatever.
There was a reason why I didn't.
Sorry, I mean,
it depends on how long that sentence is.
Is it to life?
Took that bullet while dodging it in the weirdest way. You'll do great as a politician. Fucking
it's
hell.
okay. Any which way. All right. Guys and gals at home, if you've been enjoying this content, consider supporting the channel. Subs to the channel, give bits or give subs, or consider using a hype chat on Twitch or a super chat on YouTube, like our friend Lawson did earlier. Get your comments read out loud and responded to. Right. In fact, Lawson's whole comment led us down this manhole, not a rabbit hole.
Manhole's crazy.
So that was fun. So again, thank you, Lawson, for that. But yeah, consider supporting the channel so that we can still do all this great stuff. You know, if I can get coming back, I need your help to do that. So subs to the channel, get bits or gift subs, support this community. So I can do all those things. All right. Topic. Well, the first prepared topic. An article in the Root magazine argues that black people are quote unquote slaves to white fashion. This is because so much of the designer clothes that we wear comes out of white fashion houses, while black designers are ignored. The author says that this is due to a culture that looks at black made products as inferior. Do you agree with this sentiment? Are we failing the wider black community when we don't buy comparable products made by black producers? Is it okay to even prefer white made products without being some kind of traitor? So yeah, this article found it on the Root. Goes into detail about like comparing like celebrities, right? Some celebrities like go out of their way to like push like black fashion, and others kind of fail at that, right? When they have a platform and a tweet from them can get like a bunch of sales to like a black designer, they don't actually do those things. And like for like uh should people be making that effort to support the black made fashion industry? And we don't have to we can start the fashion industry, but we can expand it to other places as well. um and yeah, what if you're like, man, I just like this stuff made by this white fashion thing, Gucci, right? Gucci's white. What if I just love Gucci, right? And is there anything wrong with that? Just because I'm black doesn't mean I can't can't be uh gooched out. I'm gonna pretend to say that. Let's move on. Thank you for. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's move on.
Which that is crazy.
So we'll start with our. Sorry, I'm sorry. I do apologize. Majin, save me here. Give your opening statement.
I got you. I got you. I think
Just
I'm gonna be the
drowning
only
in the
one.
middle of the screen.
Joe Lewis is gonna probably put his foot down my ass, but I think I'm the only one gonna be with this take. I don't think we have much of a problem. I come from an era where I was growing up where we dominated for a long time the clothing genre, whether it was FUBU, Sean John, Rockaware, you name it, it was out there, and everybody from the little white kids to the boys in the hood, it was all trying to get those fits. Everybody had the jean jacket fit. Everybody was rocking FUBU, lugs, stuff like that. I had even a pair of the Birdman lugs. This was just a part of the culture back in the day. If it died off, I would only have to just question. We just haven't tapped that market again. We just don't, and whether it be we sold those company off, I could actually use a great example, which was WooWear, which was started by the people in Wu-Tang and then eventually got bought off later. They refused to do it for a long time, but then got sold off. um I mean, we probably would see more of that if I guess we didn't sell our businesses off, but I just think maybe we don't have the same push that we did back in the day, because we did have that market by an iron fist back in the day.
Hey, swerve.
I don't think that there's anything wrong with having preferences and having your own individual tastes. I think that the argument between promoting black owned businesses and liking white businesses are two separate things entirely. And they come with two different pieces of work, like two different missions that have to be, actually liking white businesses doesn't come with anything. Liking black owned business actually has a lot of gates to it, man. And I think that that's a bigger conversation, but it really has nothing to do with liking brands like Louis and Gucci, other than the fact that I think that that's part of the reason is that culture, that section of black people who partake in that uh, stylistic culture, that fashion culture, really aren't doing much for themselves, and they're not doing much for the black community. If we want to point the finger at that, then yeah, I could probably agree with that, but I don't think that that's the real argument here. So yeah, we could talk about it.
Ew, dream.
So I never was a materialistic type of person. I never really cared for name brands ever in my life. The only thing I really cared about was, does it look cool? So I got some name brand stuff, but only because it looks cool to me, not because it has the name. And I would buy it if it was off brand and it looked the same. So that being said, I feel the same way with buying white, buying black. I don't care about Gucci. I don't care about Louis Vuitton. None of that. Unless it's a fragrance, I actually do care because they just have make high quality fragrances. I love fragrances. But in terms of clothes and stuff like that, I always buy not just from black, but my fellow friends. Like I always believe, like support your friends, because if you can't support your friends, can you really call yourself a friend? Like I bought artwork from my close friends. I bought um fucking t-shirts. Anything that they buying, anything that they selling, I'm buying because I have more of a stake with them. If they succeed, more power to them. I'm invested in them as a friend. I care more about that than any random black business. But I also care. But of course, I care about black business just because of the disparity in wealth that we have. I do believe that if there is something that I can buy of high quality that is a black restaurant, a black establishment, I will go to it. I won't go to it just because it's black, but I will go to it as a preference because it's black and if it's a good quality. Like if I have two good quality items and one is black owned, I'm going to the black owned just because I know the wealth disparity is really, really high. And I'm trying to see my black people win.
Thank you so much. The man says he loves fragrances. It seems awfully feminine. He before told me about how straight he was, but now I'm not so sure. But thank you so much for the for outing yourself, Dream. Go to let's go. I'm just messing with you, man. Let's go.
See, a real gay nigga would have been hella mad at that shit.
Let's go to my man Razor.
So with the fashion angle, I would say I usually wouldn't care. I usually personally don't care. I don't think the majority of Americans care where their fashion comes from a lot of the time, who makes it or anything like that. Unfortunate because there are a lot of really good designs made by black creators. For me personally, I stick with anything. I stick with pink polos and flannels. That's my favorite. Those are my favorite shit. Um, and I don't care what the name on it is, so long as it looks good on me. I could give a fuck less. But I could definitely understand that if I was like straight up told like, hey, here's a black owned business that has some cool shirts in it, like that are made by black people, I would go there in a fucking heartbeat. Just like, that sounds cool as shit. But majority of the time, I just don't care. But definitely, if we're going with the angle of just like supporting black creators and black owned businesses, I prefer people did that more often. Getting the name out there by trying to uh be the name on a celebrity wearing your design is definitely a goal. It's We'll see where it goes we'll see how far we go into all of it, but again, when it comes to the fashion shit, most people don't care. It doesn't matter as long as it looks good on you, that's what people will wear.
On Champloo.
So I have a feeling I'm going to sound like a hypocrite because what I do practice is different than what I believe we ought do to do what we need to do for the Black community. The facts are that the black dollar does not circulate in the Black community the way that it needs to. And that just simply means that if things are going to cost more for black people if they buy it from black people, then it really just is, do you want to see black people thrive or not? And are you going to make maybe certain sacrifices that we're not acknowledging to make that happen? So if you have to pay $10 more for a t-shirt or $30 more for a sweater, if we're talking about what it takes to invest in a community and invest in the people around you, then you have to be willing to make certain sacrifices to do that. But I also think that like, of course, it's not just the race thing. Of course, it's like also the people around you, like Dream was saying, like you want to support the people. And yeah, it might cost a little more, but think about what that's doing for you, because now you are uplifting the people around you, which makes your living situation better because the people around you are better. So you have, like, if we could just think long term a little bit more about what it means to spend a little bit more at a black owned business, we could think about the merits to just doing that and thinking about making sacrifices. And not everybody can do it, and we shouldn't chastise them for it. But if you can, um, knowing the reasons why it's important could allow you to maybe make some sacrifices.
Okay. Thank you. And let's go to our friend Joe Lewis, who has a lot to say on this.
I wish I did. I wish I did. I guess like I gotta say it again. The Pan-Africanists lost, and the hyper black nationalists lost. Right. I don't know why they keep trying to hide themselves in these like weird root articles. Because I gotta understand, is this all it takes to write on the root? Because goddamn, like that's the standard. Jesus, I mean, I'll write something that's like 5 times better than that garbage. Holy fuck. Anyway, black buying power is a myth. Don't fall for the propaganda. It's bullshit. It's just like weird, like disconnected economic bullshit. Like, oh, cultivate your community by buying black, despite the fact that black people are poor, and don't engage with why black people are poor. Just buy within your community. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, there's no, like, it just tells me that you're not serious about black Americans. And then it's like, it's funny how in the article it's like you want to be very specific when you say European, but then once we get to black, then we can get really loose in what the fuck we're talking about. Because it's intentional. It's intentional to be vague about what we mean when we say buy black. Like buy black. Like what does that mean practically? Does it mean just like, okay, buy things with black people's faces on it? Buy things with like black people within that like make the things? Like, okay, they're taking their money and putting it in white banks. So why do you give a fuck? Like, what are we doing here? Like, so I don't know who this article is for. I don't know who this article is trying to talk to, because like in the article itself, it says like, since black people are still conditioned to aspire to European objects, culture, and even European interpretations of our own culture, we've become our own worst enemy. And then it says, I thought this was parody, to quote the recent Netflix documentary Stamped from the Beginning. I'm like, Jesus fuck. Like, what the fuck are we
And
doing?
the last sentence in that was crazy too. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
stop it.
Yeah, where it's just like, oh brother, another like, god damn it, another one of these Umar Johnson fans who decide, oh, I get to write on the route, and then you go down, and it's like this nigga's nowhere to be found. Like, what's his nigga's name? Rick Ramsey is a fashion editor and stylist based in NYC. Clearly, he doesn't write articles though, because nobody's digging in his takes. But again, to be short, because I could shit on this for hours. I think there's better energy to be spent when it comes to talking about black economics that has an actual robust conversation on reparations, having robust conversations about income inequality within black people, to disaggregation of black people as a racial group, so we can talk about the ethnic differences between black people in America, so we can actually address the inequality in a way it's substantive. And if some niggas want to buy Gucci and some niggas want to buy Gucci, I don't know what to tell you. Like critiquing Usher of all people, who has sponsorships and partnerships with the very white fashion, or sorry, European fashion houses that you're critiquing. It's like, yeah, no shit. Of course that nigga's gonna wear Prada. It's Usher. What do you expect? Yeah, anyway.
One of my things too is
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, when you think about it, because I hate this idea that like, oh, nobody's buying black, right? Even if you like look at like SoundCloud rappers, everybody buys black. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have to give out like I treat like streaming, or even if let's say I was making clothes, right? I treat it like the drug game, right? Like you need to put out testers, right? You need to get people. So I would start putting out either lower than the market price of a nice T-shirt, or maybe even free if I got a cool design to get people interested in there, to get their teeth a little tingling a little bit. Same thing with SoundCloud rappers or any rapper putting out music in hopes to get people listening, so then they can start selling them something, right?
Well, that's
So
what the
then after I
celebrities
start,
do, right? The celebrities do
yeah,
that.
I mean, we even see content creators producing merch, right? Like where I've seen like content creators like Wellen making like their t-shirts and stuff like that. That's how you build a brand. That's how you start building up. It's not
You
asking somebody to buy your
No, no,
$3,000
no, no,
dress right
no,
off
no,
the
no,
go.
no. You misinterpreted what I meant, right? Like, so
Mm,
they make a difference between Usher, right? Who wore apparently Dolce & Gabbana during the halftime show, and that's the thing that like started this article in the first place. But then, secondly, they make it. They bring up Steph Curry, who apparently like regularly shows up to games in a black design fashion, right? And he lets people know, I
Mhm.
guess, like this is the black design that I'm wearing. Go check them
Yeah, what
out.
are you wearing?
So like when
What
we're
are you
talking about
wearing?
samples, this is a sample. Like look at this high profile celebrity wearing our stuff, right? That's the thing they use them for. But if the celebrities aren't doing it,
Yeah,
I
there's
guess
that.
that comes
There's
to a
the
certain point.
famous line. Yeah, there's that famous line. Who are you wearing? Who are you
But
wearing?
see, even
Oh, who are you
even to the
wearing?
point, like if we're talking about just the overall, like just the majority of like, hey, I because that's exclusive, right? There's only going to be a certain amount of people that are going to buy that black artist, and that's when we talk about the upper levels of fashion, right? It's artistry at this point in time. Like you're not going to become famous off that. You know, you may have the possibility, and it'd be nice if that person shouts you out. But if that's not happening, that's a whole nother different thing, and I guess I could
Yeah, but
tackle that.
why do
But
you think
You
that
ultimately,
get like a
like
small bump. You get like a small bump for a
but
very short
ultimately,
period of time, maybe.
ultimately, like if you trying to build a brand, if you're trying to get famous, and you make stuff that people can buy, you don't make something and be like, hey, I'm gonna have
well,
this high entry level for you to break your bank. And especially if you're trying to use like the mask of like black communities, right? To the a little bit to the opposite of what Don Champloo was saying, that no, you shouldn't have to buy extra to support a black business. That black business should be trying to support you, because I could sell that. You take your costs down, right? Because you're already making a high profit margin off of this cheap ass t-shirt, right? You take a little
couldn't
bit of a
disagree
cut,
more.
but you're going to sell three t-shirts, right? Three more t-shirts that are probably going to end up being more than the one t-shirt you might not have sold.
All
You
right,
know what
but
I'm
so
saying?
why so
I couldn't
So
disagree
then
more.
so
you hold on,
what?
then you're putting your brand out. One, you're completing the whole thing, like you're clothing the hood, because now you have more people in the hood have access to your product.
sorry,
And
why are you
then
assuming
Can
that
I
these
can I
the black
respond to
clothes is
this?
expensive? One second, just one thing, and then I'll give the mic.
All right.
Why are you assuming that it's expensive, right? Like you bought like a $3,000 suit or whatever, right? Why are you
I think
assuming
this
these things are?
I think that that's the only where the conversation could where we could have this conversation, because if it's cheap and it's accessible to everybody, then people would go to that.
Not
Would they?
necessarily.
Not necessarily. Yeah, like there are
No,
lots of fashion brands that
Then
fail.
you're selling a dud product, but it has nothing to do with
not
you being black.
necessarily.
Yeah, not
So
necessarily.
so here's
Yeah.
the thing.
No.
I think here's the thing, Majin. You're coming at it from the perspective of the seller, and I'm coming at it from the perspective of the buyer. I'm saying this is the mentality that we should have as buyers, to be a bit more amenable and flexible. And and the fact is that it could be that for poorer people, it is harder to start a business, and front end costs are greater. So even if you do what you're saying, which is, go down below what you want to make for profit and maybe cut your price down a little bit to attract relative to the market, that could still be above the cost of other companies that you're competing with. So that idea of just undercutting your sale to try to reach out to the most customer base, that's cool as a business tactic, but as the consumer, what kind of mentality should we have if we want to see black owned creators succeeding more? What is it that the consumer has to do?
But that's the thing. We've already seen that, right? We've already had that big boom back in the mid and early 2000s. You cannot deny. Maybe y'all are too young. But I was in
Bro,
middle school when this was
we
that.
all remember Fubu
That
and those
shit
brands,
was
bro.
huge.
It was huge, and it's not here anymore. And there's a reason for
because
that,
they
bro.
sold their businesses off because
And there's
white
a
people
reason
came
for
around.
that.
Hold on,
There's a reason
because
for
white
that.
people came around and they were like, "Hey, you have a very good product. If we didn't sell our businesses, we would still have that,
And
right?"
why can
So
white
you
people
end up
buy
seeing
black businesses? Why can white
because
people
they
just
have the
swoop up?
money.
Exactly. We don't have the money. That's the whole
But
point.
we only get it if we keep our businesses.
But the point is we can't. And how do you know? And then
You got to set up.
no,
You got to set up your own infrastructure for your own your culture, right? Like
No,
we can't establish nothing if we sell it to the white man every single time they coming around knocking.
bro.
you're
The white
going
man
to have to
already owns
collaborate.
they already own the
No,
commercial
because
market, bro.
we
They
want-
already
we
own
want-
You're
everything
going
we
to have to
move.
collaborate with white people if
Yeah,
you
you
want
Well,
your
want-
business to be
obviously
profitable.
collaboration.
So you're
but
going to have to convince white people in investing in black people as a
Exactly.
matter of business and not charity. And that's really
Well,
all it is to it. And white people already invest in black people
But
as
I
a
think
matter of business, but it's not because they are black. Like that's the
But-
one of the main
So what
problems.
would you
with
say,
people.
Joe? What would you say is a way
but hold
that
on.
we can get white people to invest in black business that has
But
nothing to do with
they
charity?
already are. That's the thing. There are a bunch
I
of
don't.
That's
I
also
don't
about being
care.
black.
I don't care about investing in capitalism. Just
Right.
so, like, I don't care about that.
That's
Like,
true.
it's
But-
like, look,
but-
if I
It
want to
sounded like
support,
you
like,
did.
if
It
I want to
sounded like you
support,
did.
I think
that's
part
the
of
pro. Go for it, Jim.
I think part of what Majin is saying is that there are plenty of people that start businesses and are black and are successful. But a lot of the problem is they kind of like succumb to the pressure of selling their business when this big conglomerate of a company who's white owned wants to buy up their business. And I think Majin is saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, that we would be better as a people if such black people, black business owners wouldn't sell their product immediately to these
Part of
white
it, yeah.
owned. And then, if we just kept it within black owned, maybe we'd be in a better place.
we could
And
provide
I
cheaper
disagree.
products, better product mix. We could control that
disagree.
market for
It just
ourselves.
depends.
And
We
we
can't
did at
control
one
anything.
point
We
in
cannot
time. We've
control
already
anything in
seen
America.
this.
No,
But
we
again,
were
what
we,
does
we were
what
thrown a bone. We were thrown a bone.
the
We were
thing
allowed to take stage for a minute. Go ahead,
the
Joe.
thing that confuses me so much is like, what does controlling our what's controlling our money here? Like, let's just like
Right.
practically talk about that.
Okay.
Like, what does that look like? You can, if you don't know, it's fine. Like, but let's actually engage with that. Like, what does that mean?
I think
Because
if I have to look at it,
nice.
like
I would say-
if we have to,
but-
if we have to, like, I guess in the ideal world, right? Like if it comes to like black people controlling our money and stuff like that, this still gets invested into our communities. Businesses will hopefully then, invest this into charities and stuff like that, fundraisers for the communities and stuff like that, outreaches to school programs and stuff like that, reinvesting into education. This is not something we'll see maybe even in our lifetime, but hopefully for the next generation, if we keep feeding into that, we can start seeing like, more graduations, stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I think it would mean.
So, how do I word this in a way that I don't want to be like an asshole? So I'm trying to be nice here.
Oh, you're gonna be an asshole. Don't worry. Don't even.
Go ahead and
Um,
give it to me, Joe.
End it.
All right, go ahead.
The Met Opera has any point of the year of like 250 to 300 million dollar endowment. How many of those people who are giving money to the Met Opera are black? If you just had to guess.
No clue. You just spoke to me about something I don't even know about, so you gotta have to explain the Met Opera and stuff.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait,
What?
seriously?
Yeah, dead ass.
Okay, so the oh my goodness. So the Metropolitan Opera is a premier opera house, one of the most premier opera houses in the world.
Oh shit.
And
yeah. I don't know shit
the
about it.
majority of the concert attendees it's disproportionately white. It's anywhere from like 90 to 98% at any year. And also just viewers, like just attendance to operas and other concerts they have in there is down. It's down across the board. But they're still up. It still exists. It So why is that? Why is it that we're in an age where less
Less
and less
people are attending.
people are going to live concerts? I'm talking classical music. I'm talking classical concerts like
They're
ballets and
still
shit.
making more money than ever. Like, is
Because
that?
white people are rich.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and like
can
white
afford that
people
shit.
can look at the Met Opera, stare at the Met Opera with the generational wealth that they developed on bullshit and go, I care about this thing. I'm going to throw money at this thing. They're not throwing money in it because it's white, but they're throwing money at this because they understand that this is a valuable thing that ought to stay within a community and a culture of like modern and just like American music and stuff like that. And even though like a lot of it's not American, but it's a whole other thing. But we don't have that for anything for black people. Like we don't have that. We don't have
Because we didn't spend
rich
60 years getting free labor.
I mean, we don't have rich white patrons who are just looking at the things that we create and throwing money at it. And I'm saying that like they're not throwing money as a matter of like charity. They're throwing money as like this is the thing we ought to do. And that's kind of the culture that you kind of have to have and like want to strive to, where it's like if somebody who is black is doing something, you want them to invest into these things and invest into the business as the person. So what happens a lot of times, because we see this happen a lot, where if there's enough money on the table, you're not allowed to be black. Like you're not allowed to be a minority. Like let's just be real about this. Like
Cat Williams.
you can't be the kind of I'll just speak to black people here, but you can't be the kind of black person that speaks to race ever. Like, and if you do speak to race, you're basically saying that like, you're testing your employment with every sentence, with every word you say. And if you say something wrong, or if you say something that pisses off enough white people, you're basically making the calculus of I can piss enough white people off in this context where they'll still give me money and the people who watch me and consume me won't complain to the people who give me money to say that they shouldn't be spending my money on me. And we've seen time and time again when it's like put to the test of white people doing fuck shit. They do fuck shit in such a way where it's like, despite you doing all this crazy shit, despite you doing all of this, I'm going to still invest in you in a matter of a business because I can see that the future product and what you produce is of value. But we don't treat black people substantively of value. Like we don't treat like all of like the nuances of who we are as value. That's a problem. I don't know how you solve that. Like I think one aspect is just being niggas and not like letting the dollar influence what you say, but then at the same time, like you're gonna close a lot of doors. So
Not fully wrong.
Well, that's the problem, man. I really think that it really comes down to the fact that there was 200 some odd years of slavery, and that's 200 some odd years of fucking free labor, and just I don't think there's enough reparations period to allow us to be on the same platform on a moral scale. It would have to be immoral. You would have to take money off the backs of people who are fucking not getting the same reciprocation of value, because that's what happened to us. And we are consistently, even when we are successful, we are entering into a system that is purely just owned by the white man. When we own a business, like you said, the money that's coming in and out is owned by the banks, that's owned by the white man. There is not nothing that we truly have our hands on, and that's because we are fucking a quarter millennia behind the fucking ball, with people who are not equipped with the money or the resources to actually do anything on the same scale. Like you can't have a business and when your business is tanking, just have a bunch of other niggas invest in your business for the culture and keep
they
it
won't.
up and running.
Like, but honestly, they won't. Like, there's no. It's like basically you're saying like, hey, save me, because all the other institutions won't, and they're just gonna look at you and go like, your business is gonna fail. Like we're not gonna invest in a failing thing that's not in coherence. Like it's foolish. But that's why again I don't buy into that capitalism bullshit. That's like the one part of like capitalism is just like, yeah, this ain't it. We need people to invest in black people as a matter of business and demand that people who have the position to be seeking out investors investing in the completion of who they are. Like that's where I think it's really important. Where it's like you need to have black people to be able to speak freely about the things that they care about and the things they want to talk about. But again, like you can do that. Not a lot of people are going to watch it. Not a lot of people are going to buy it. Not a lot of people are going to not a lot of people are going to consume it. But again, like that's the game. Like if you want to like be against the game, I think the best way of going about it is being yourself when people want to invest in you. And when the white dollar tells you to do something, just say no.
Yeah, and don't give it up.
Like,
Keep the equity in yourself and build it up.
yeah.
Maybe
And
have invest like you said, investors aren't bad, but when they come here and be like, "Hey, we don't want you, we want your brand," which usually is what happens. We're gonna
Wait a
give
minute.
you an exorbitant amount of money and take that from
Why?
you.
Why?
We
Why should the white? Why should you not do what the white dollar says to do? Go.
I mean you can. It's just you're never gonna be a complete free person. So if that's what you want to do, if you don't care about being a free complete person,
I
you
mean,
can
I
just
don't know.
be you like
I
you can
get
just
you're
be
trying
like
to. I feel like you're
yeah.
expanding the conversation past like what it has to be. Like, sure, it'd be great to be completely actualized, but like under a system of scarcity, few people are ever going to be completely actualized. Sure, whatever, right? Um, but like, the point is the point of this conversation is about supporting the black community, right? Supporting black businesses under the system of capitalism that we have now, right? That simply is the case. Like, should we, under these circumstances, be making conscious choices? Now it's true. I think what you were saying before that, like, there's a whole list of systemic reasons why black people are in the situations they are, right? But largely we can't affect those. But we can affect like where we spend our dollar, and that can have a very real effect on black creators of whatever, right? Not just fashion, but all kinds of other things. And that could be a way to strengthen communities, and this is the path that other communities have gone down, is doing exactly this, is that like keeping their money within their communities. So should that not be a focus of black people as well?
But the idea that they keep money into their own communities is a lie. It's a lie. Like it's painted in a
my
really
man's dreaming some
nice
draws right now,
veneer.
bro.
Yeah, my man's in draws. But
Kotsky draws.
them look
That
comfy
was,
though.
was real tight, bro.
Yo, man, I would love the Akatsuki draws. Actually, you gotta send me those. Not those
All
exact
right, anyway,
pair, but
I don't get too deep in this dream. But no, but
send me
like
a link.
it's the myth. It's the myth. Like for example, right? Like I'll just do a very simple example, right? You know, when all this stuff about affirmative action was dropping, and then they were talking about and people were saying this idea of like Asian Americans are under attack and we had to fight against affirmative action. Do you really think all those Asian Americans have the actual power to fight against the legislature and to fight against the government? No. So you know what they have behind their power? They got white lawyers and white politicians playing the game with them. And that's the thing. You get but then what happens is because they know the optics of white people advocating on behalf of Asians looks optically pretty ridiculous. They find, okay, where are the couple tokens that we can pick out to go and do the media shit, like the Kenny Hughes of the world to fight the media battle, and we're just gonna do all the legislation, we're gonna do all the legal shit in the back end because these motherfuckers aren't even in political power anyway. So, and they're never going to be in political power because we gatekeep them to hell, and we gatekeep them out of all these other fields. And then maybe one or two lawyers that are Asian make it, but they're not going to make it to our firm. But maybe we might collaborate with them in this case. Like Asians do this, Indians do this, Mexicans do this, Latinos do this. Like they always do this. It's like when the foot comes to shove, you're going to have some level of collaboration with white power, and white power is whether it be white power within economics, white power within politics, white power within social capital, and then they use that as energy. But then all of a sudden, you get to the point of like, oh, like look, all these other communities are keeping it within amongst themselves, and it's like they're not. they're not. They're finding ways to strategically place themselves in these spaces where white power actually exists, and then have enough influence to say like, okay, you will do my fight for me,
Hold on,
and
hold
I'll
on, hold
fight
on.
this in the way that I think is
Joe,
substantial.
the way they can do that is by having money in the first place to put themselves in those places. The places where well, you're using white power, but like that's kind of confusing. But like the white patriarchy, the white patriarchy centers are places that are exclusive to money, right? That
Yeah,
are capital places. Um
it
and
just
how do
so
they
happens in
build that
sorry, go for it.
capital? Right, like you can see for the Asian Americans, like or like well, let's talk about the Chinese Americans. So to
Yeah,
be
to
more
be specific.
specific, for Chinese, yeah,
Indian
for
American.
Chinese
And
Americans,
certain caste of India, yeah,
they were
sure.
treated horribly in this country. There's a little bit of the Chinese exclusion now. They face a great amount of bigotry, but part of the reasons why their ethnicity is doing so well is that they created these very insular environments and pulled their money together, build up their businesses, and then in the end, they had capital to access the white spaces.
They don't though. They
They
don't.
do.
They just immigrated near them and lived there long enough. That's all that happened.
I mean,
Like we're not
Hey,
gonna. I'm like, and then there's certain. And again, like we can see, like we can look at the immigration data to see where they ended up. Like the rich Asians make it to Fairfax County, Virginia. Only the rich Asians make it to Princeton. Only the rich Asians make it to San Francisco or Silicon Valley. Like, and then when you finally like want to disaggregate that and go like, hey, wait a minute, what are the castes that are actually existing within these communities? And that's part of the problem because again, like when the money gets higher, it gets whiter. Like this is how it is. But also for a lot of these groups that are non-white and they're gaining some level of success where they're outclassing white people in certain categories, they're still not engaging in the particular power structures that white people can because they are still excluded from
No,
them.
I'm not saying that they're engaging with all the power structures. I'm not saying any of that. I'm talking about like simply making choices that strengthen their own communities, right? Like the choices about their own dollar and where they're going to spend it and how that affects their community. Like when Chinese Americans like go to a Chinese owned business and
Mhm.
patronize that business has a steady stream of customers, right? Of loyal customers that are coming back, right? And
Yeah,
of course, it's
sure.
still contingent on providing a good enough service and all that, sure. But like, it's also these people are making a choice because there are other choices available to them, but they're saying, I'm going to go to this area. You see this in the Jewish community, right? You see these things happen there as well. Where they're making these conscious choices, and that has knock-on effects. It builds capital, builds opportunity, it allows people to expand, and allows that wealth to be transferred. Because that Jewish business or that Chinese business is also like going to Chinese suppliers and all of that. And to say that like
That's a myth. That's a myth. That's already been debunked. But like
I don't know,
those very the so I mean I can send you some stuff on that by the way. Like the idea that certain ethnic enclaves in America are getting developed to getting their goods from other members of the ethnic enclave has already been debunked. They still outsource predominantly by white developers. They have subsidiaries of those, but it's predominantly white.
Prime, real
I
quick.
understand the point you're trying to make though.
you guys go
Prime,
ahead, go
Prime,
ahead.
Prime, real quick. I got a request from a mutual friend of ours to tell you to check Zonia, to tell you to check your DMs, and also said, ask if that cheered your ass up.
No, I already, that was like a half hour ago. It was like,
I know she DM'd me, so I missed the DM. I'm
okay,
saying it
I don't
now.
know. All right, but anyway,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Yeah.
I guess probably to be clear about it, like I don't
Oh,
like
and after that, Erwin and Dream, because they also want
yeah.
to jump in.
Yeah, like I don't care about how people capitalism in America. Like you're going to have to play the game in some capacity to succeed in America. Like, but if you're going to like go against capitalism in some capacity, you're going to have to say like in the face of this, I want to move in a way that's as authentic to myself as possible.
Okay,
And
Erwin.
as the higher up you go, right? The more of a risk that is. And I say embrace that risk.
Erwin, and then Dream.
So for Joe, bro, my question to you is, do you believe that because I hear what you're saying, and I on some fronts agree, but I don't think that it would be possible without in tandem actively participating in the structures that already exist, which
Yeah.
are which are I think that's what like Prime and shit is getting at, which is like you have to kind of follow the structures, even if they are flimsical and floozy or it's all perpetration. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to follow like the model that other cultures have been participating in order to get some type of leverage to actually actuate these things. I think that exclusively black communities don't have the facilities to actually make any of this shit happen.
Yeah, I'd
Uh
agree.
you know what I'm saying?
That's what
Even
being a
to yeah,
yeah,
go
not to
ahead.
cut you off. I'm saying that's what being in the bottom does to people. It's like,
Right. So it's like, how do we even separate ourselves? And I have my own ideas, like things like apprenticeship, bringing back, like homesteads and just pretty much putting that blue collar shit straight into our own communities. But I think all the real estate, most of the shit is kind of already grabbed up, man. The white people own the world, so it's like, how do you fucking really even make that shit happen without kind of conning white people out of their shit in the first place? And that happens to be like by playing this along with the system that you're trying to go against.
in order to make communities whole, those who benefit the most from how the community is currently set up are going to have to take status cuts and their lives are going to have to change. So
Yep.
at
I
first
agree
I
with
would
that.
make at first I made the charge statement because like let's say this on my stream where white people have to accept that their lives are going to change if black people are going to feel any type of freedom. The less charge statement of that is within individual communities, those who benefit the most from these things are going to feel like their lives are changing the most when there's some level of justice that occurs. So if we're looking, say, in education, black boys, black young black boys are at the bottom disproportionately. So as the education system, depending on where you're at, is looking to, hey, we got to stop treating these black boys like trash and actually care about them educationally, all those white boys are going to start complaining and they're going to act like, how dare, like, why are you so focused on these black boys? Like, this is racist. You should be focusing on all boys. And it's like, sure, but these ones over here seem to have a special problem. So you crackers got to shut the fuck up while we fix this. And the problem is nobody's open and willing to tell those who are most privileged in context to shut the fuck up. Um, it's why I tell, like, for instance, like there's like single issue abortion voters can just shut the fuck up. Like you can just shut the fuck up. Like the Biden can do anything, and Biden can just be like, we don't need to talk to you. You're always gonna vote for us, and you gotta and like for some groups you're gonna have to accept like, hey, you're going to be in lockstep of what we do anyway. So shut the fuck up while we help while we help these people because they need it. Um, and it's tough because a lot of those people who need to like shut the fuck up are white Americans. And I'm all for telling white people to shut the fuck up, but white people got to be also on board to telling other white people to shut the fuck up. And not like the liberal aspect of telling white people to shut the fuck up that's really popular on like Twitter and stuff like that. It's just like the substantive ones. And there's very few of them, but there's a couple.
So I mean, I think it's funny because I have
Okay,
this
let's
conversation with.
oh,
Go
so
ahead.
let's Erwin finish, then we'll go to Dream.
All right. So I think it's funny because I have this conversation with Don, but from a flipped angle, where I tell him a lot that I think that, and I think you said this. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but you say it takes a lot of like generational sacrifice, right? Like people are going to have to like get off of what they're doing now and decide to do something else. But I always say that that is in the responsibility of us as a people to pretty much sacrifice what we want to do in our dreams in an American world, in this white ruled world, where we want to participate in this capitalist system, owning businesses and doing and being rappers, being artists and shit. And we're just gonna have to get off that horse and hop onto one that will empower our people for future generations. And we're just gonna have to deal with that. Like we're gonna have to sacrifice
Or,
actually our dreams
or
and goals.
no, or we could acquiesce a little bit and say, hey, maybe like you were saying about how homesteading and more blue collar jobs and apprenticeships and trades, maybe we stick with the art, we stick with the things that that are I would say like super important to the community, but also adopt some of these trades and some of those elements and create a new fusion, a new future for what a community like that. What kind of people are going to be in that community?
Trades do you think the black community is missing? I know a lot of trades.
More electricians, more carpenters,
There's mechanics
more.
out there. How many? Like
Yeah,
everybody knows.
what I'm saying is they exist, right?
Right,
They
exactly.
exist.
I don't think it's to
They,
the point where it's not like a part of our community. There's a
No, I'm
lot of
not
black
saying. I'm not
laborers.
saying. I'm not saying.
No.
I'm not saying. I didn't make a statement on whether it is or isn't a
Okay,
part of
I
the
was just making
community.
sure.
I was just saying we could use more of it. Right. So like that. That's the point. Is
We
that
can use more of everything though.
okay?
Not
So
necessarily
okay.
true.
But how is that in contrast to my statement? My statement is saying
What? But
yeah,
I'm more like asking why focus on that specific
because I guess it probably comes from the fact of where I live and the things that I've seen, right? So my experience is going to I'm going to project certain inequities that I see around me and say, here's some of the things that we could do. And obviously those things are going to be colored by my environment and by my experience.
I
I
think
think
when
we
you come to from a lot of like, especially because a lot of people like forget that job corps exist, and a lot of kids that get in trouble end up having being sent there. Or some people go voluntarily, which it does teach you a trade. I started off as a carpenter. There was a lot of black kids there, and a lot of people go into the trades. A lot of people that go into union trades. Um, yeah, maybe it's just a lack of, you not being a part of that, but I think that's a healthy part of our culture because these are the jobs that are looking for a healthy, strong workforce.
I think
we
what
Um,
don't we
We
I
got
don't
mean,
we,
I
have the
just,
real
we got
estate
I
we
mean,
got
bureaus
to
and
I
we
the
got to let
literally,
Dream in.
municipalities failing.
I've been in a lot of
We got to
situations.
let Dream in because he's
Right.
been waiting.
I think the best thing we could do as a black community is that the black, you know, millionaires and billionaires need to come together, which they already are, right? My sister used to date the president of the Black Bank group that like collaborating on all the black things, and his name is Ashley, and Ashley is getting a bunch of black people together to create a black bank. And my thing is, a black bank would probably be really great because we can invest into black businesses, and then black business can use that money, and we can get loans at fair prices and stuff like this. There is no like nationwide black bank, as far as I know, and I think that's one part of it. Another part of it is just continue to promote education and entrepreneurship and what's that other thing? Is entrepreneurship, education, and what's that third thing? Uh, trade, trade skills, as Don was saying. Ultimately, the best way to fight against this wealth gap is to have a good product. But a lot of the problem is having startup capital. So that startup capital has to come from somewhere. That's why I think reparations just makes the most sense for Black Americans. In the meantime, of course, until we get that, it's really hard for you to be like, come on, Black people, why can't you do it like everyone else when Black people have been targeted the most?
Yeah, and then you get
like
white
stolen
people
from the
being like,
most.
why can't you do it the same way I did? And it's like your grandfather had a 0% interest loan on the house that you're in. Like and then on top of that, they got they got guarantee loans that they were forgiven later. Well, like I don't know what else to tell you.
It's just like the way the reason black people are in the positions they're in is for a reason, and it was planned. It was on purpose, and I just think we should give a lot of grace to black people. Be like, you know what? Not to say like there's nothing we can do, but at the same time, the chances are slim to none without any external help. Like black people can't free themselves by themselves. That's an absolute
Yeah, I
fact.
think, and I think if we know that's true, we as consumers, even if we're middle class, middle to poor or whatever, even in the lower strata, if you have the opportunity where you have to take a sacrifice on maybe some living standard that could be tangential to like you wanting to be more aligned with a white standard, maybe drop that. Maybe don't do that thing and maybe invest in something that costs a little bit more but helps out people in the, you know, in the black community.
Like there was a bit. I mean, I'm talking to a chatter right now, SGN Mark, about this. There was a clip of Jay-Z where there's like certain family members he doesn't talk to anymore. And then and there's like, yeah, like even for fuck's sake, Logic got a little bit of heat. I think it was Logic, if I'm remembering correctly, about how his dad was like asking for money or something like that. And I don't think people really quite understand how poor generationally Black Americans are. So like when we do find ourselves in situations of wealth, we then become responsible for uplifting our entire community up. And then like all of a sudden it's like, why aren't you giving this back to where you came from? And it's like, nigga, I'm from Cleveland. Like you want me to take my whole salary and just put it through? Like, what are we talking about? Because what ends up happening is that like people see wealth generate from certain individuals. In this case, we're talking about black people in this, for instance, particular descendants of slaves. And then somehow it's like there's their personal responsibility that they have to then try to do things to generate quote unquote wealth within the community, where it's like that's not how that works at all. Like, because it just ends up being charity, one. Two, like there's a reason why certain celebrities and athletes talk to politicians when they find themselves in money versus like going like just giving back. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can tell which ones are minded in that way, because they know that like it's not about how much money you have per se. It's a matter about how much money you have to get into certain rooms that other people won't be able to exist in, which is a harder game. Because that always involves like being rich. Being rich helps a lot, but it doesn't always have to be like the fact that you have so much money to go an X or Y.
And let's not also forget like how much black families lose their wealth by being disproportionately incarcerated as well. Like part of that is the justice system, part of that is the school to prison pipeline, where I've lived it myself. With my run with the police and my run with just like racist teachers, is that if I didn't have the support system I had, I know I'd be just like my classmates who fell through the cracks.
Yeah.
I was just lucky to have the support system. I had a lot of people care around me, a lot of people make sure I didn't fail. A lot of my friends weren't as lucky as me and fell through the cracks because of the school to prison pipeline. No teachers really care about them. They, fell behind, went to the life of crime, went to juvie, in and out. This is causing a lot of financial strife too. Like you got to consider that this is a huge systemic issue. We have to be super, super empathetic and thoughtful about like, listen, black people are in the position they're in through no fault of their own as a group. And like overall, sure, we can blame individuals for things they think, sure, but on a macro scale, the reason black people are behind and at the bottom is by design.
Mm.
Mhm.
Does anyone disagree with that? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I just don't like. I mean, I see chat being capitalists, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with being a capitalist. You're just retarded. Like it's just like I don't know. Like there's only so much bootlicking you can do before it's like I gotta call you retarded because it's like there's always this idea of like yo, just like the only way to uplift your wealth is to go to X or Y Z thing. Yeah, you're just saying, hey, just do capitalism. Anybody can just do capitalism right now and be fine. But not every single person is looking at like, oh, if I just do the capitalism, then I'm gonna be fine. No, being a capitalist is a miserable way to live your life. And being a capitalist already says you're gonna do shit that you don't want to do. And if you're down with doing shit you don't want to do, then you might be a capitalist. Then go down just like the traditional route. Every single other the handbooks are all there, the self-help guides are all there. Just have no care of exploiting yourself, others, your family, join an MLM like AVN or some
Yeah.
shit. Like you
I mean,
can do it tomorrow.
I
but
personally am a capitalist, but I'm not like a laissez-faire capitalist. I'm not stupid that, first of all, a lot of the wealth that white people got was not through capitalism. It was through, what is it, feudalism?
yeah.
So
Like,
it's
and I'm
like,
talking in particular, and the type of capitalism, to be clear, that I'm talking about is like that bootstraps, like this kind
oh
of wealth,
yeah,
like trade school was the reason, is the way it's going to save you. Trade school, trade school, trade school. Like, I always see that when capitalists talking about those things, where they think like
I
trade
went to
school is the
trade
way to,
school. They
yeah, it's
wouldn't
like,
hire me.
no, it's like yeah, they say just be a plumber. Oh yeah, just be a plumber with all the other hidden costs of being a plumber. Just be an electrician with all the other hidden costs of being an electrician. Like they never want to talk about the hidden costs of entering into fields, but they always act like the way to wealth
Oh
and the way
yeah,
to things is to be independent and do these independent things. And it's like, oh yeah, like
uh,
tell that to all the fucking streamers out there with their $6,000, $7,000 equipment netting 30 subs a month. Like, oh
yeah,
yeah, that's just entrepreneurship is like
the hidden costs that he is particularly talking about. Because I myself do have a actual like degree and everything from going to HVAC school to become
yeah, look, and I'm never gonna
basically heating
knock,
and air.
and I'm never gonna knock trade school, but like
No,
we gotta recognize,
trade school can be good. The
yeah,
hidden cost that you're talking about is the tools and shit. Most of the time, the places that possibly could hire you to give you the experience you need, so that you can eventually make your own business, maybe, is going to be like thousands upon thousands of dollars for the tubes, the dials, the special like equipment you need for measuring the pressures in all the pipes, make sure that everything runs
That
well
exists though.
without fucking things up.
yeah,
there's
yeah.
there's
Yeah,
also
Job
there's,
Corps
It does
I
does
know, I'm
exist.
that.
not like
Hold
the
on,
thing I'm
Job
talking
Corps
about, to be
does
clear.
exactly that. Is when
Yeah,
you graduate from Job Corps, depending on your trade, like if you're a carpenter, you get tools, power tools and stuff like
yes,
that, so you can
Yeah, you get like
succeed
the
to go out in the
bare
world.
basics on occasion,
Nah, nah,
and
you
but
got no. Every single student that graduates from Job Corps, and it's depending on what their trade, right? Obviously, I got stuff for carpentry from my and stuff like that.
Mm.
But whether you're a mason, a cook, anything,
yeah,
you get everything you need to go out and start your job tomorrow.
yeah.
but
The
yeah,
point
no,
I'm
it's the
trying to
basics
make
of it.
it.
I still have my things.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, there's other tools that they can't give you, which is like
Which
your
is impossible.
LLC, your fucking back end for employee payroll management. Like that shit costs money. And then all
Yeah,
of a sudden when you get those business, and I see this in the DJ world all the fucking time, you'll get like people who think like, oh, the best way like we can make quick cash at being a DJ. And I'm like, good fucking luck. Because you're gonna have to pay for a lot of shit. And then like the only reason why like some of the companies I see in Jersey are actually profitable is because they haven't gotten caught yet. And then like I can tell, oh, this business got caught because then all of a sudden there are not as many jobs every year. Their employee count starts dropping because it's like, oh, I can't pay these people under the table anymore. I gotta pay them as employees. That's crazy. Like there's
I think
um
I was gonna
yeah,
say I think that the biggest problem with capitalism is that there's a lot of luck involved and a
yeah,
lot of because number one, let's say you're particularly good at a skill, you'd have to be super good at that skill, way better than everyone else, in order for you to get that job because there's something of competition. Let's say there was, what do you call it when there's too much saturation?
Yep.
You know, you'd have to be in a position where there's no saturation or low saturation so you can actually get a job. So let's say you're good at something, or you trained your ass off to be good at something, but turns out there's no niggas hiring. So what the fuck are you gonna do? And it costs too much money to start a business. That's a huge problem with capitalism. You just got to be lucky. A lot of it is luck. Damn near everything is luck when it comes to life in general. That's why the government has to step in to help those that are less fortunate, less lucky to find a job or etc. So for example, right now there's a big boom, big trouble with computer science majors. Because
they learn the hard way. I love
everybody 2008, 2009, 2012, all the way up there. Everybody get a computer science major. Everybody get. Now what? Niggas like, we good, bro. We got too many computer science majors. Now what? You told me to learn a skill. I was trying to be, but that's what the problem. A lot of this. Now what? They're gonna spend 4 more years to get a different degree. I mean, it's just not. It's just not.
And then
at that point.
Yeah, and then what's funny is that at the same time there's a nationwide shortage of STEM, particularly in comp sci, and then like all the fucking failed out Google scientists and shit. Like, oh, I guess I can go into education. Oh wait, I forgot. I went to school for comp sci. I have to go back to school for education and the ed cert. And you tell those niggas, hey, you're gonna have to go back to school for like 3 to 5 years to get the ed cert now. They're all gonna say, go fuck yourself. Because the tools that the certifications that are required for you to even engage in alternative fields don't exist yet. Or when they try to, people bug the fuck out. Where it's like the education fucking junkies will go, we're never going to drop the standards of education because we can't let dumb fucks teach kids in public schools. And it's like, you're gonna have to figure something out if you want to keep these programs sustainable, because none of these people in the fields that you need them to be in have education degrees. They have degrees in their certain fields, but if you want someone to teach, like, say, we'll use AP economics as an example, they're going to have to be certified in a vast majority of states in education, and that's not something that people are going to be down to do.
Yeah,
they're going to create like opportunities for them to enter into that field in that way, which they can do. Like, I think they ought to, because I think there's a lot of room for professionals in education. So just find a way to fast track certification. That could be just like a summer course, and they're done.
Yeah, sorry. I think we're way far away from like the topic, dude. It's just like, so just circling back, like Don Jamplu, like, what do you think about this topic? Do you think it doesn't actually make a difference if where Black people spend their money?
So the thing is like, the people around me. Actually, let me just answer the question, right? So I think it matters where people spend their money. Absolutely. I think that if, for example, if you have a Walmart, right, that's 5 miles down the road and it sells things a bit cheaper than the mom and pop shop that's a mile down the road, you should go to the mom and pop shop and invest in that mom and pop shop by spending more money. I think that that's something that you should do, because when people tell me, oh, Black people shouldn't engage in capitalism because capitalism at its root is exploitative, and so Black people are just subjecting themselves to more exploitation, I can empathize with that argument. But then the contra to that point is to say, okay, then we have to actively fight against capitalism and those that engage in capitalism. And if we're going to do that, then we are going to have to take a pay cut, like Joe Lewis said, and we're also going to have to learn things and offer services to one another that are outside of the metrics of of this white capitalist system, right? And what that can allow is, for example, if somebody becomes, let's say, an electrician, right? Being a property owner is really fucking stressful. And if black people are gonna be property owners, they're gonna need people to do their electrical work, to do their plumbing, to do their carpentry, to do all of these things that if maybe they had other people that were on the same playing field as them and the same mindset, they could exchange services, and this would separate us a little bit from capitalism. And this doesn't also have to just be black people. This could be any race of people that agree with this mode of thinking. But when I talk about supporting black people, I am talking about supporting black people in a capitalist system, because at the end of the day, I think that we as humans can mitigate some of the negative effects of capitalism on ourselves. I do believe that. I do
By
believe
doing
that.
what?
By doing things like investing in small business,
And what would that do?
especially if that small business is owned by a black person. So it would be a dream of mine to see like a black owned supermarket in any neighborhood that I have ever lived in. Like not like black people are in it predominantly, but no, owned by a black person, and that black person
Well-
is integrated in the community in such a way that the funds that are coming into that supermarket are actually being like that supermarket is involved in initiatives that are supporting the community that is supporting it. So that would be things involved with education, things involved with like feeding kids who don't have enough to eat. Food is a big thing. Shit like that. It's complicated, man.
Well, I don't
Black
think
people
it's
are in a
necessarily.
shit storm.
I don't think it's so I think it's also too where we need to not be afraid to hire our own people and tell everybody else as we hire our own people and we enter the positions to shut the fuck up. It's like nobody tells white people to stop hiring white people in power positions. Nobody says that. They just do it. It's like, oh, I'm the like, for instance, what's his name? On the New England Patriots, their new head coach. God, what's his name? He played for them too. I forget his name, but Jared Mayo. And the one thing that Jared Mayo basically alluded to, which got some Boston fans kind of, it was so funny when it was asked, where it was on one of those Boston radio stations, and they talked about how he's probably gonna diversify the coaching staff, and it's like, I don't necessarily think he's going to diversify the coaching staff, but he's going to definitely align the hierarchy. Because it turns out a lot of the assistant coaches in the NFL are already niggas. But it turns out the very man who's responsible tends to be a white guy. And it's like the one time, black guy in Boston, hold the fuck up.
Yeah. Yo, Boston is fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, but that's the thing where it's like he kind of looked at, I forget, I mean, he said it a very live milk toast way, but it's like, yeah, in the face of the New England Patriots of what's it, 20 plus years of the same white guy of yeah, there's racism. Next.
Yeah, there's racism in Boston. There's also fucking chili flakes in that chili oil at the sushi restaurant.
Yeah,
I mean,
where it's just you just gotta be who cares? I'm gonna hire my own people, and my own people happen to be niggas, then you're gonna have to deal with that. And then
that's really what is freedom. That's true freedom right there, is to say, yeah, I'm hiring niggas and you're not doing anything about it. Cause that's what Chinese people get to do. That's what you ever go to Chinatown? The businesses in Chinatown are businesses that they provide food, they provide necessities. It's not the same type of businesses that you see in some of the other.
I'm pretty sure somebody can do that. I mean, we already have the power to do that. I mean, and legally.
Yeah, but we as consumers should adopt a culture of making the point to support those things and to go out of our way to support them.
You gotta hit him with that toxic. This is not a government funded activity. I have the right to discriminate.
That's the.
I'm being hyperbolic here, but basically,
yeah, I
the
get
idea.
the.
Oh, go for it.
No, I
I
was
was
just
gonna
gonna
say,
like go with
oh,
the
I
whole
hear
thing of
that.
like ignorant. Sorry,
No,
yeah,
you
like
go. I'm ready.
delays.
This is
Sorry.
funny.
So yeah, no, that particular argument, that's threading such a goddamn thin line that I'd rather not go anywhere near it in a way, because obviously I get you could say bad faith actors that are the white supremacist little fucks out there, will say, well, if you can do that, then we can do this, and mhm,
They already
it
do it, Razor.
it
That's the
makes
point. The point is
I
that
know, but
They already do
it
it.
it's a
makes their
false argument.
I know, but it makes their point more valid. It ends up
It's
making
like
it
it's
more
like
valid
it's
and
like
everything.
it's like
You can't
this. It's
destroy
like
it.
this, right? Imagine, right? You're chained up in a basement. Somebody got you chained up in a basement, and they're like, "You don't want me to hit you, do you?" It's like, motherfucker, you got me chained up in a basement. Like, what are we talking about? You think that, like, better not threaten me because I might threaten you. It's like, bro, you already live with the power to threaten me at any point you want. Anyway, what
The
are we
point that I'm
talking
trying to
about?
make, the point here that I'm trying to make in terms of hire Rome is that you got to be like in the face of like hiring people who you think would substantively do the job correctly. It can be really whoever you want it to be. But also you can't like in the face of like all this other shit, like had to sort of make the calculus of like, am I hiring this person? Like, if I hire this X person, am I really like losing out on another person for a job? It's like, no, like if your gut says like this is the right person for the job, this is the right person for the job, and then you're done hiring and it's all niggas, just be like, all right.
Exactly.
Because I guess
Exactly.
time to clock into work. Like,
My boss does that. My boss, I think my
Uh,
coworkers are like 80% black,
yeah.
and I think they deserve the job. I've never been like, yeah, they don't like. They just happen to be 80% black,
Yeah.
and it makes
Um,
sense too because hiring practices a lot of the time is through referrals and people who you think is gonna do like. And if most people is black people, then it makes sense that the most people you're gonna hire is black people. I just makes logical sense. It doesn't have to be a how do you say racial discriminatory component at
people
all.
like, yeah,
It
there's
just
like the Umar of it, right? Where it's like there are some people who unironically are just like, I will only hire black people. And it's just like, okay, just don't suck, okay? Because then they're gonna go after your ass. Like, but again, like, and even then in that aspect, it's like, yeah, do whatever you want, like hire whoever you want. Just do the best job that you can. Um, but at the same time, like there are people who regardless of race, hire failures. That's the part where it's like kind of funny to me, where it's like people act surprised that there are like black failures exist. There's a lot of them actually, and sometimes they get jobs, and sometimes you gotta fire them. That's just life. That's just kind of how it is. Um, but people make really big stinks when there are black people in positions of power who like overtly say that. And I say it's like it's whatever, just ignore them. Like no, but just don't be afraid to do it. Like, just don't be afraid. I'm like, I guess my rallying cry is like, don't be afraid to like hire people, like hire the people you think will work for the job. Because if you're trying to, like, for instance, make sure you have a space that's doesn't treat black people like garbage, and it happens like the entire space is majority black, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, make better white people. I don't know.
better way, people.
I mean, really, I would think if you would want to hire like more black people, but you didn't want to discriminate against others, the best way to do it would be to take to really understand the pool of people and your applicants. So if you're in in a certain city or town, and the black people in that city, you should understand what their situation is and how you can best maybe you can best market to them. And then if you get a couple white people through the cracks, then so be it.
Yeah,
But
Steve's great. Steve's
uh,
great. Like,
you know what I mean? Like that's fine. You're not
and if
gonna not
anything,
invite. You're not gonna not hire Steve
yeah,
because he's white. But at the same time, this happens on the back end with certain policies that originally started with black people, complaining about stuff, and then what happened is those programs get expanded out to like a lot of low income people, and now they're not even serving the people that they originally were that it really originally intended to serve. And I will say that about civil rights, in my opinion. I think in some ways, like the resolution of slavery, I think black people got shafted in that, and that was and yeah, it started with black people, standing up and creating that audience to look and say, hey, there's a problem here. Um, but it's also like they made a bunch of promises to black people that never ended up getting fulfilled. And this is like a constant like pattern that America has with black people where they use them as like tokens for what should be changed about society, but and a bunch of imaginative and hopeful policies are conjured up and they're sold to black people, and then at the last minute it's the floor is ripped from under them, and we're left in a state. I don't know if it's worse, but it's certainly not better. And I think
The New York came out.
I don't know.
Oh my god! I think we beat the dead horse on Prime on this one, Prime.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I have a toxic one. It's kind of related. It's about fashion and buying power. You guys,
Do it.
I didn't go to SneakerCon. Thank God I didn't go to SneakerCon. But SneakerCon Philly was crazy.
They killed
Thank
niggas.
What happened?
No, Prime went. That's Prime. Prime. I was about to say Prime's asleep. Is Prime sleeping
I
right now?
never heard.
No, I'm obviously not.
Got him!
So you're talking
Just
about
waking
Trump.
up.
You're talking about Trump being there.
Yeah, Trump was at SneakerCon. He revealed a couple of different
the
sneakers.
Are you talking about the
the
treasons?
ones, the
treasons, the air
the
treasons,
American ones.
Are you
the air
serious?
Kidding me?
treasons.
No, link it in the chat.
He released
I'll send it to you.
Oh,
just so I'm representing the story properly, because Twitter and these spaces don't like to actually read and know things. Trump announced 3 different sneakers, and 2 perfumes. Did you hear what I just said? He released 3 sneakers and 2 perfumes. The perfume part is what I'm more interested in than actually the shoes. But he released like 3 shoes. One's like $3.99, and the other 2 are like $1.99 respectively. But there was a dude on
Wait. Dollars? $3.99 or
no $399. In the
yo?
same week, the Yeezy Pods went down 200 or 180. The anyway, Trump released shoes, and this guy on Fox News said it was like good for black people because black people buy good for Trump because black people buy sneakers. And I was
It's
just
ridiculous.
like,
I can't believe you said that.
Getting new voters, bro.
and they're ugly too. That's the worst part.
We like good sneakers. Now, if he came out with a collaboration with Kanye, he might have got the black vote off that.
This shit sucks, bro. These sneakers suck.
If he collaborated with Kanye and something,
my hot take is that
I don't
I don't think those goat sneakers are bad. Actually, I think they're. I mean, I wouldn't wear that stuff because I'm not flashy.
what fit you got that can match
But
with
like
this shit, bro?
the gold sneakers, I don't think they look that bad. I think they look
You got an
pretty
all
good.
gold fit.
That nigga got a fucking gold spandex. Motherfucker
I
got a
never care
golden
about- I
leotard.
never care about shoes. These are work boots that I
Speedo.
wear every single day with steel toe. I don't care about shoes.
Nigga, you about
So
to
I never
stomp a
cared.
I
nigga
mean, he
out?
should have. I mean, he should put a steel toe in that so those niggas can climb the building again.
Oh,
Listen,
God.
this topic fuck had so many opportunities to make. Like, if he called it the J6s, pack it up. Pack it the fuck up.
Yeah, the
That would've
J6.
been
That would've been
crazy.
awesome. You know what I called them? I called them the impeachment ones.
Impeachment one.
Impeachment ones are crazy.
And and again, like, I mean, like, it also coincided with like there's like deaths and shit. But I mean, like, it's just weird to me how Republicans are so obsessed with. Mainly, when I'm talking about Republicans, I'm talking like media Republicans are so obsessed with this idea of like bringing black people in like they're needed for the like Trump vote. It's weird. But
Yo, this guy in
Hey,
this video
yo.
is tripping. Everybody's about to be in them shoes, bro. That's crazy. Them shoes is about to go nuts.
I mean, the aftermarket's gonna be crazy. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Hey
If I
yo,
could
hey
find a
yo,
They're gonna
pair,
sell out, bro. They're gonna sell
they're
out.
already
yo,
sold
hold on,
out.
whoa.
Are they really?
He got other
Yeah.
shoes. He got other shoes.
All the rich
Yeah.
white people brought them.
Well, the other shoes is nice. The
I
golden
think
ones,
they're slides
but the
though.
other shoes is
The
not.
You guys
golden
look
one?
for the niggas, bro.
Yeah,
They're
the
laceless.
slip-ins. Yeah,
The one that,
laceless.
yeah, the laceless shoes, athletic shoes. Shit, I'm not capping y'all. This looks fire. I'm not
I
capping.
want to see him. I want to see him.
Yeah, where's
yo.
The gold shoe. I think, yo,
The
I think
gold
it,
shoes-
shoes.
Yeah.
I
Scroll
can
drop
make
the
that
down.
work.
link.
I can make
Drop the
those work.
link, please. Drop
Scroll
the
down.
link.
Scroll
Nah,
down.
gotta
Scroll
get
down.
shit.
You finna look like C3PO in this bitch, bro.
I can
I
make
just wanna
them
know what
gold
that-
joints work, bro. I'm telling
I'll
you.
stick with I will stick with
Scroll down.
black,
Yeah,
red,
crazy.
or navy blue. Those are my 3 colors with shoes.
C3.
I will.
Yo, one of
Any
them is called the
combination
T. One of them
Nah,
is
the
called.
running joints ain't that bad, bro.
Yeah,
Here's the
they're
thing.
called, they're
Here's
called
the
the
thing
Red
I'm confused
Wave and
about, right?
the POTUS 45.
The POTUSes
Bro.
are actually kind of heat, bro.
The POTUS 45. That shit
Y'all
looks
are
fire.
Yo,
fucking
the
cooked.
POTUS are
Yo,
heat,
y'all
yo.
are
The
cooked.
POTUSes are a
Y'all
little
have
bit
no
heat, bro.
fucking swag, bro. Y'all have no fucking swag.
No. And then look at
Yo,
look,
I know. That's
look
how I
with the
know.
cologne.
That's
Look
how I
what
know.
nigga.
That's
No,
how I
no,
know.
Look with the
That's how I know.
cologne. And the cologne that's a fire ass name. The Victory 47 cologne. Hey, yo, that's a
look
fire
at
ass.
the bottle.
Yo, you're
Look
Look
such
at
a
the
fucking
bottle's
bull
crazy.
looking dude.
The bottle's
Got it,
Ron, are you
crazy.
showing this? Ron, are you showing this on stream right now? I'll send you the link.
I can't believe this.
Yeah, I'm
shit.
showing it in the stream right now. I'm showing it in my
I'll
stream.
put it
This
in. I'll
is
put it
I'm
in
about
great.
to
chat.
put it
This
in
shit
my shit,
crazy.
The
bro.
Victory 47 is a fire ass name, bro.
No, dude, that is not
originals.
it, bro. That
The
is not.
Victory 47.
Are they?
Here's the
Bro,
thing. Here's the thing I don't understand, right? So it says on the site, right? It says buy 2 or more and get 5% off your order. And then there's 2 bonuses. The sneakers come with an exclusive Trump superhero charm. And then there's an official sneaker launch party. That's the thing that's kind of weird. Because that says
Hey.
no guarantee President Trump
These
will
are
attend.
terrible. What the
But it's like, come on now. Like,
listen, those gold ones. Well, I'll be out here looking like the Emperor of Mankind for 40K in them bitches. I have a whole gold
Nah,
fit, bro.
Yo, Joe will
I gotta
appreciate this.
say right now.
This is an NFT scam. This is a scam, an NFT style
Joe
scam.
will appreciate what I'm about to say. With the gold shoes, Joe, you already know the Omega Sci-Fi go crazy.
that's fucked up.
Whatever these T
Omega
Red Waves and POTUS
Sci-Fi finna
45,
go
they
crazy.
just the T Red Wave and POTUS 45 to me they just look like someone added like fucking undershoes to like ankle socks.
I mean, I don't know. Like, if I'm Donald Trump,
They just added soul.
I-
They just added
Co-sign
soles
them
to
shits. He
ankle
co-signed
socks.
them shits, man.
yeah, if I'm Donald Trump, I think you just go the next level. You just send this to some athletes and see which one bites. And the one that bites is gonna get some shit. But it
Oh,
might be
Colby
Kyrie.
Covington.
It might be Kyrie to be really
Nah,
funny.
it's Colby
This is
Covington in the UFC. Colby
absolute
Covington is
nonsense.
wearing the
No,
fuck out of these.
Nobody cares
I
about
gotta
him though.
No, but you
Nobody
send them
cares
to the
about him.
NBA. You send them to the NBA and see which one bites. That's. I think it'd be Kyrie. I think you send them
I'm
to
not
Kyrie
nuts here.
because I feel
know
like
I'm not
Kyrie
nuts
would be
here.
like,
These
you know,
shoes are
these are
terrible.
very comfortable shoes.
You send him to Ice Cube. Send him an Ice Cube too.
Yeah, he definitely sent them to Ice Cube.
Like these
You know,
look
Kodak
like the
Black is trying to
these
get a
look like
pair too.
Like those straight up look like the shoes you would see on a very specific type of cartoon character that shows up for like maybe 2 episodes and then just
Homelander.
Man, just say what they
No,
really
not
look
even
like. They
Homelander.
look like Sonic the Hedgehog shoes, okay?
So like, all right, so
I-
if I was doing a Balrog cosplay, I'd try to get them.
You remember when CeeLo Green showed up
Balrog
to
is crazy.
showed up to the
Yeah.
Grammys, bro, in that all
Yeah.
gold? That's
Mhm.
what them shoes are.
If I'm wearing anything that a celebrity has a celebrity like that, I'm gonna wear the gigantic fucking sneakers that I
Okay.
did in that one music video.
I'm gonna so we hit our time. I'm gonna head out. Thanks all for
Are you feeling better, by the way, Prime?
Huh?
Were you feeling better? I know you were sick for a bit.
Oh, yeah, I mean I was, but that was a long time ago. I'm
Okay, well,
yeah.
I
But
get
thank
it.
you for
I haven't
asking.
been here in a
That's
while.
awfully kind of you. Let's send you over to Majin.
Sure.
Be loyal to my friend Majin here. I really do appreciate everyone coming through.
Rolling,
If you
rising.
enjoyed yourself. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just like wasting time until the raid can go.
I'll just.
And
I'm probably gonna
Aussie-
finish
go.
building my commander deck.
I'm building